Or should I?
You go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we don't really waste a lot of time, do we? Because we are back again with the Unbroken UA, brought to you by ESEL. It's gonna be me scared yet after a long time, finally back on the desk, because guess what? Zakota decided to show up today, and obviously he needed to have a good partner with him. So I'm training with him right now. But my man Zakota, how are you feeling? Excited for another evening for 4 best of ones?
I mean, I'm gonna be excited as ever because we're seeing the Unbroken UA yet again, and it's gonna be the same teams we've seen all this time, but different opponents. Because right now it's gonna be a little bit harder. Because I want to see if Boars are gonna be doing better. We have the schedule for the Unix versus Manticore for our first game. Boars Valkyries versus Foot Esports. In the third game, we're gonna have Falcons Vega versus Boars Gaming Female, and in the last game, Itami versus Boars Gaming. The match 3. I think I'm looking forward for the most. Scared.
I mean, Falcons Vega as well, getting ready to face another roster of Boars. How many roster of Boars do we even have here? Boars Gaming F, Boars Valkyries?
3.
Almost 50%, right? How much would it be in the percentages? You got 3 out of 8 as Boars roster. 40, 45 something?
44.7, I think.
Oh my god. And
win rates, bro. Win rates, man.
All right.
Bro, win rates, man. Calculating this stuff all the time, but it's gonna be an amazing dice here, as you said. I'm gonna join you again. I mean, come on, we have to match. Every time you're here, I'm here. It's like a given. Whenever a caster comes back to casting, at ESEL, like Mio, he casts Zakota first because Zakota is just so great at everything. But with the jokes aside, Scared, how have you been, my guy? How are you doing outside of the caster space? How is your Mobile Legends gaming going? Have you been playing the Siege, like the Tide Siege game mode?
I am enjoying it, but I kid you not, the amount of AFK people that I'm actually getting in that mode. I reach Farsa, and then she ends up destroying the base, because guess what? We only have 2 people. One of them is a Kimi, other is a Hanabi. You would obviously know who the Hanabi is out, but alright. That's what's been going on with me in the title siege though. But what, you've tried the endless mode though? I still have to level up my talents to level 10, and then I'll hop in the endless mode. But have you gone for it?
Well, I reached on my very first try of endless to wave 51, so it was a pretty great show.
How many hours were you playing? How many hours?
28 minutes, I think I wasn't there. It was my first try. It was my first genuinely try. I think I still have it in my history. But also, I've been playing with some friends, and I've never gotten past Farsa because we're all just trolling. If you go for a really good alpha build with the Berserker Fury, it's gonna be crazy. But other than that, what hero are you? Yeah. Trust me.
I didn't think so.
The crit is so strong. You don't go Trinity in this game. Trinity is really bad. If you get the skill scan crit on alpha, you can do like up to 40k damage per basic and per like skill damage. And in true damage as well, so you're going to be melting everything. But other than that, what heroes are you expecting to see today? Do you think we're going to see any, maybe heroes that we see in the Siege today? Maybe the Gord, maybe the Alpha, maybe the Hanabi? Are we going to see some of the heroes from there here?
I mean, kind of possible though, but here's the big thing, right? God, I think so, yes. Because that's something we've already seen God Believer use a lot in the previous few iterations as well, right? And on the other side of the spectrum, it's a pretty solid pick out here when we talk about the mid lane. But when we move on to that goal, right, I know that there have been a few instances of us seeing the Hanabi and also seeing her work. I still feel that in the pro scene, she's far away from being actually the real meta out here. Though, on the other side of the spectrum, out here right now is what I entirely want to focus on, right? Because today is going to be an important day. It is day number 4. But I want to talk about day 3 a little bit here, when Manticore fares against Boars Gaming. Zakota, you were here, you were witnessing all of that. And you know the kind of domination that Boars Gaming are showing. But the main thing is that they're having their own fun time, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not playing their main role scares. I don't know if that's going to change today, because they're against Itami. And I think Boars consider that Itami is a pretty weak team, so I want to see what's... I mean, they consider all the teams pretty weak besides themselves, because they did it against Unix, a top 8 in Europe. They did against Manticore, and now I think they're going to do it against Itami. But the most games I'm really looking forward to are the female ones, but because the matches are so much stronger. Falcons Vega versus Boars Gaming F, and as well Foot Esports versus Boars Valkyries. Another really strong stuff teams. I mean, I think those are going to be the best games of the day. But the first game of the day is going to be against Unix, And against Manticore, but on the Unix roster, we have Starboy, Yukasa, Lager, Maiko, and Sargen. Sargen staring into my soul. And here is Manticore, Vord, Unicron, Insik, Morzilka, and Angebrese on the side of their team. But man, they are actually showing a ton of potential as we go straight into the draft. No time for break scared. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? The usual suspects yet again? Maybe something new?
I don't think so anything new. Maybe they're going to stick back to their own basics as well. You know, the same Jushin, Freyas, Harleys, Leos, Eves, all of those bands out. But I kind of wanted to talk about the fact how Manticore's entire roster, from right to left, it seemed like everyone's fading away. The other person is fading away more than the third person. It looked kind of fun. But out here though, this is the time where you do not want to fade away. If anything, you want to show up in the most opaque way possible, just to make sure that you're being seen by everyone else and showcasing that class. And how many times I've said the word shown in the past sentence, Sakota, I know you haven't been keeping account of that because you never are attentive, but out here, I want you to focus on the draft. 3 mages in the first 3 bands. I'm kind of expecting a Harley or at least a Freya on this side.
I'm expecting a little more because the Marcel is gonna gold, and I thank the gods that I can ban 5 heroes in rank because I ban the Kaja, I ban the Marcel whenever I'm playing with my friends, and after that I ban the Franco also because the suppression and the skills are super annoying. Like I don't care if the Franco is good or bad. I don't care if there's a possibility of a rank. I just don't want to get suppressed when I'm diving them like with a funny or something. It's so annoying.
And one of the big problems with the Franco on the other side is that as soon as he ults you, he will press the Winter Crown.
Yep.
Good luck. Good freaking luck. Because that has never happened to me where a Franco has ulted me and has not pressed the Winter Crown. I'm like, bro, leave me be. Hold on. Solid pick of the Harith here, right? You saw the 4v span, instant answer with the Harley, and you had the Harith open. But I think some Manticore can eventually go in for maybe a Freya lock-in right here. There's no 4vs to stop her.
Lager is playing Harith jungle scared.
Let's see.
I don't want to see that, but we're gonna see the Freya getting picked up with the Suyu. Freya could be on the XP, Freya could be on the gold, it will work on bot lanes. Even on the jungle, I've seen it a little bit. Even then, the Suyu can also be played on the XP, so it could be a mix and match of troops. So I don't think that's gonna happen because right now, they're still deciding, am I gonna go with a jungle Harith or am I gonna go with the a gold lane Harith? I mean, even a mid lane Harith can work. I've seen it a little bit, but not really. It's not a great strategy because on mid, I think you need the crowd control or an Eve, something like that with a big AoE. Even though the XP, man, I don't like having heroes with no stuns on the XP. I dislike it so much. Like Doranos, I hate it. I want the stun.
You just can't kill him, that's why.
I'm fine with killing him, believe it or not.
Whatever. We'll see. Out there, though, I mean, there's the stun, which you were looking for.
Dude,
You've got the Paquito.
bro, there's a guy there, man.
The Gato. I know.
Do you see him?
I know. I do.
What's Manny Pacquiao doing here, man?
I see the boxer. I mean, kind of makes sense, dude. Kind of makes sense. Now you basically have to keep the Freya up in that gold lane. You cannot pick any squishy. That dude will destroy you in a second. And trust me, the flicker jab combination is something you do not want to face.
Did he get buffed recently?
No, it's just the items and how they work. You just get destroyed by the flicker jab.
He got buffed.
Wait, what did he get the buff with? Cooldowns? Or maybe something? Or shield? I don't know, bro.
So basically, like, they removed the basic attack passive when he has 3 stacks. It doesn't do 85% more damage now. He gets more movement speed. And his enhanced skill deal 10% to 30% more extra damage to waves. And he gets a lot more movement speed. So I think it's going to be stronger. And as well, Chu got the buff on everything. Do you remember that where he got after he casts his skill 2, it's automatically a basic attack? Harley did get nerfed with his damage a little bit. Not that much. It's only like 30% in the late game, 10% in the early. And other than that, Bellery got a huge buff from what I'm seeing here. So it could be stronger.
It's an HP buff mostly, right? It's HP buff and physical defense growth as well.
And a taunt delay, so it's a faster cast on it. It's like they got to catch up, but they're going to pick up Michael.
I mean, it's 0.08 right now rather than from the 1. You still can walk out from that range.
Give it up. It's a buff to Beleric. When has that happened since? When was the last time you've seen a buff to Beleric?
You know that it's not going to be picked up either ways.
It will be picked up.
You can see the wrath of Dryads coming from 5 countries away, dude.
Because I have the flicker.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it matters. Come on, Scared. It matters. A Beleric buff in this economy.
He'll not be as tanky as he's supposed to be.
I don't know.
I don't see him replacing either the Gato, maybe the Hylos,
I
or
see
the
it.
Hilda, or the Marcel. I don't see him replacing either one of those.
Guard.
Yeah, we talked about it. God's pretty solid pick here.
Yeah, but
Could
Gord
work really
picked
well.
up the Selena, so I don't know if Gord is a wise choice. I think about the Nana. I don't think it's gonna be the Nana. Believe me, Scared.
I'd rather go for the God, bro. Rather go for the God. Maybe Yukasa is just flexing the skins.
Oh yes, the special the Frigara skin. This is basically free skin. This is the what's it called? Not a Starlight. Hurried mid. It's hurried mid. It's not hurried mid. It's funny mid. What is happening, Scared?
Never.
What's that draft? Hold on. It's Paquito, it's XP. Starboy, wait, it's Paquito mid lane.
I mean, it's a gold Brody. It's a Fanny EXP back mid.
I don't know.
Doesn't
That's
make
the scary thing. What is this draft? Oh, Lager, I'm gonna message you after this one.
You know what? I realize that whenever I'm giving an exam and there's a question that I don't know the answer of, I simply leave that aside. I focus on something that I know. And the draft of Manticore makes sense to me right now with the Freya EXP, Suyu Jungle. Alright, straightforward. Dive as well as the disengage with the Hylos Glorious Pathway. You've got a solid dive with the Selena as well and a lot of early game presence with a good snowball off the Granger. I do like their composition, but I don't know how it's going to work out against Unix because they don't have a crowd control. Who's going to stop the Freya?
I have no... there's a funny with a Purify. Keep that in mind because the first game of the Unbroken New Way, I mean, it's a best of 1. Unix versus Manticore. This is going to be the last day. This is day number 4. And right now the teams are just going to get ready because they're loading in the game and they have a funny on the mid and a Paquito. What is this draft?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me the questions I don't know the answer.
Who should I ask?
Yukasa. Or maybe someone from Unix, ladies and gentlemen. As we hop into the land of dawn out here. Unbroken UA. Game number 1. Unix taking on Manticore. And man, hopping back, Zakota. You eventually see what's happening here. It's a Fanny in the mid lane, pack EXP. You send out the Brody in the gold lane. There's only one win condition of Unix, and that is snowball the Brody in the early game. I don't see how they can eventually win otherwise.
I mean, that was a pretty fast clear in the mid, not gonna lie. It was faster than Selena's, but right now, look at the invade coming from Michael, just gonna give a little bit of vision. Didn't even get the extra SP, but right now, I don't know what the Fanny is gonna do. What is the idea of the Fanny? Who is she gonna target? Unicron?
The first thing is that you've got to target someone with that abyssal arrow.
And Lager is gonna fall.
Or exactly right now, but they've still got one pick on Love. Eventually, we'll have to go back out there right now as Revenge wants to do the same thing. We'll be surviving barely.
What's going on?
And now, the Freya has to dash out too. That's been so brawly right now. And even though I thought Manticore should win in that engage, Unix ended up being the advantageous ones.
I mean, Michael got the kill. Sargon did use the flicker in the fight. They used a ton of spell. I was expecting Lager to fall after I saw that Abyssal Arrow connect, but right now he's gonna pick up the magic shoots for the extra cooldown reduction. But this is such a... I am still in a shock phase, I guess. There are so many things wrong, but you never know. Maybe weird issue.
If it works, it's not wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow, 3 people wanted to get that crab while it was Unicron trying to take it. It ended up going in the hands of Starboy. And again, that's the kind of snowball you'd really need from him. It's just to make sure that it doesn't go out of the hands of Unix.
1,000 gold lead already scared. The Unix are eyeing up the turtle. Yukasa's there, no level 4 for the cutthroat. And look at Revenge. I think they know he's there. Oh, what the? This is like 3D chess.
Except it's checkers.
Yeah. And you throw dice whenever you move a piece.
Only to pick a card out of the deck, ladies and gentlemen, as right now, there we go with the Valkyrie's Descent. Zaman Force was dropped down. Lager still trying to get something. It was stolen away, so Turtle Shield not there. And that would mean Manticore should win in this trade, but they still ended up catching nothing in that fight. Finally, maybe Miko should fall, but they're all retreating as Yukasa wants to join in the fight. Cutthroat not available. No energy left for this Fanny. As
Look at Sargon!
Will be the first one to fall. It's Sargon with a knockout strike, finally taking the man down.
I don't even know what to say. I am still in a state of shock. Laga's gonna try to kill Love, but right now, I don't think he has what it takes. Vord is there, Revenge is gonna be there. Michael is the only member close to him, but right now, look at the pressure coming in from Yukasa. Tower diving Unicron under the turret, but still not doing a lot of stuff. But on the bot side, Angerbris does not have the Vengeance anymore, so Paquito could really go for a knockout strike combo with a Flicker and possibly even kill the Freya. But right now, she has the Valkyrie's Descent, so I don't think it's gonna happen. But you know what I think is gonna happen? That maybe we're gonna see a brawl up on the top side.
I don't think so. Now that you pointed it out, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna
They
happen.
got scared.
In towards the bot. Wow. You had to say it. Oh, nice steal by Unicron. That's Sonata just to make sure that you get that. Go crab. Oh, mid again, Yukasa playing a bit aggressive. But apart from that, nothing different, right? It's Sargon constantly clearing the way with slowing things down. Miko getting bursted by just one blade surge. All right.
I think it's gonna be fine. But look at Fadi, just gonna go in. But I think the Sui can catch the Fadi, and then with a stun from Hylos and just follow up with an Abyssal Arrow, I think this could be it for Yukasa. But right, look at position of Lager. He got hit by an Abyssal Arrow, a ton of poke damage, but still, he's gonna tank it all up. He's gonna eat it all up. He's gonna get his Oracle pretty soon enough. But look at Love. They're gonna go in on Paquito. Can he die?
Yeah, it seems like he is going to be the first one to fall out there from Unix yet again. Up in mid, Lager still being chrono-dazzed out, but cannot survive. It's the AOG which saved the life of Miko as Manticore will take control back.
They took one top turret in trade for a turtle, but they didn't lose the goal. It is still 1k ahead for Unix, and they're gonna lose the bot side for that. Mid turret got a little bit of pressure, but still not enough to really damage it. Can Brody possibly solo kill Love? I don't think it's gonna happen because Vord is gonna take a bot tier 3 turret. I mean, there's so much going on. Like, I'm trying to think of the draft. Like, what was the idea behind it? If Liger wanted Fanny and they said, nah, Harry isn't good on mid, or if Yukasa just wanted Fanny, maybe for the skin tryout, but
I think so. He panicked and then ended up picking a Fanny. Because I haven't seen him more than half of with more than half energy. Like every single time he goes back to base, throws out a few cables, you're down to half the energy. So I think that's been kind of a problem with him right now.
Talking about the problem, look at the gold advantage for the Brody, but Love is gonna get a kill on Michael. 5 members were there to shut him up and down.
Up or down, you have to choose one.
Both of them.
Hold on. Sargon goes in with the heavy left. Oh, good catch on Starboy. No way he could survive right now. The KO strike will keep Angebruse up in the turret, so they will trade. And maybe Revenge could fall the next, though. Laga does not have enough damage and will lose both of the side lanes right before Yukasa pushes up the tier 2 up top.
Is Yukasa gonna get it? Love is there. You need to charge up that sword strike. I mean, what can I say? That arrow connecting straight to the head of Starboy basically made him pretty useless in the fight. He was stunned for 3 seconds. Love is gonna miss the dash. That looks like Maestro right there, but still. An interesting thing is that Anneke Brissa is really not going super aggressive by leaping up the Sky Piercer.
Yep, but that's going to be in the hands of Starboy. And again, it falls down to the same category where Unix would want to get... Oh, hold on, Revenge. Getting poked on a bit. Miko in a bit of a troublesome position, but has the AOG, so it is going to be A-OK right now. Revitalize up, but 40 seconds on 14 seconds cooldown for Revenge. Still for this last turtle of this game. Good taunt, Revenge. Could be caught up out there. Again, Revitalize to bring Miko back onto the full HP. Manticore, they are good at doing the poke damage.
But you know who's good at doing something? Yukasa. Split pushing all the time. Hold on. Oh, look at the stun!
Good catch. Sargon will still get a ton of shield thanks to the heavy left out there. Will run back to safety as the turtle gets picked up by Manticore again. You do not have the AOG right now to survive. Miko gets bursted down. The tier 1 in mid ain't surviving. Oh, hold on. I mean, that's a good trade for Unix now. Mid survives, they take bot tier 1 for a trade of turtle. Yeah, they'll take it.
I mean, that's what Yukasa's been doing all this time, just going for trades. But Lager, I don't think he's going to go for a trade. He's going to go back like a Rave. He came out of with that Harley pick. He's already 2 deaths in. He went as well for the Flame Retribution instead of the Ice. I think with the Ice, you'll have a little bit more advantage because they're a little bit more slowed down. So you can land a little bit more Chrono Dashes and Seasons on them. But still, Brody right now needs to get farmed up. He needs to put a Sky Piercer to work. But talking about working, look at Yukasa working overtime, being in all lanes at the same time. But man.
Yeah, but it is tough. It is tough right now. Finally, Valkyrie's Descent.
Oh!
Eventually hops in, but not doing anything.
I mean, an arrow connected. I mean, I don't think they could have really collapsed on Zargan, but still, right now, it's not looking great for Manticore. Even if they're ahead in the gold, they're behind the tower department. They almost lost a top tier 2. The main is 1 hit away, yes, truly, but still, they are behind.
I just want to see the plan of action from them.
I just
do they want to do? What's their objective?
I just want Revenge to go in, hit the tower once, and gold. Oh, he's gonna do it?
Yukasa,
He did it.
Right now, we'll have to go back. Yeah, they eventually take the tower. Also with a glorious pathway revitalized. They will hold strong. Miko getting the abyssal mark on top of him will be a-okay. 13 seconds for the Lord as the minion push up towards the tier 2 in top lane. That means the tier 2 should fall, or at least this can be a threat of clearance. We were expecting the early snowball from Starboy. If anything, it was necessary, but it seems like Unicron is the one who's actually getting it. 303 on the Granger.
I mean, those arrows are just connecting on the Brody. I mean, he's like a magnet. But look at Lager doing a ton of damage.
Flickered out. Wardy will be a-okay. Glorious pathway drop down yet again, though. Another abyssal arrow thrown out. Missed by everyone as love. Picks up the Lord. Malefic gun finally secured. Starboy should have that extra bit of range right now, but cannot really continue to fight. It's only Lager, but without the Zaman Force, could be a problem. AOG zoning them out. Unicron flickers out of the harm's way as he gets a pick on Miko. And now Lager's just stunned up, standing, doing nothing. As the Princess of Abyss enchants him.
Is she a Princess of Abyss?
I don't know. I mean, she kind of wants to be the queen.
So then she's not a princess.
I mean, that's what it says. She wants to be a queen, but it's Alice right now. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Bit of a question out there. I did not realize why Love stopped attacking Sargon. They could have taken that pick, but because of that disconnect, eventually Wardy has fallen.
Indeed, he has, but the lower is still going strong and is marching down the bot side. He's going to take the tier 2 without any issues, but right now Starboy and Maiko are on the case, and Yukasa is going to get chased. A play on rhymes, if you will, but right now, Unkeep Recess not really putting that much of an impact, but still, they're going to lose the top tier 2, bot tier 2 as well is gone. Mid tier 2 might be lost as well. I think they've just put too many resources towards the bot side. I think maybe Maiko should have gone towards the mid. Don't Ungebrisse do something about it, but I know that the fight is doing something about it.
Unicron's gonna be okay, if anything. Yukasa barely managed it. AOG cancelled out of the last second thanks to the stun of Wardy. That saved the life of Unicron, otherwise that would have been it for the dude.
Indeed. I mean, 81 seconds, the next Lord objective right now. Still, Manticore are taking back land, they're taking back the tower, they have so much map presence. I still think Unix could pull out a really fancy play if Yukasa goes for split pushes on all lanes at the same time. Clear both gold, then go top, then go mid, just go all over the place. So they pressure the enemies to do something. But still, look at the position coming in from 3 members of Manticore. I think they know that the Funny might come here.
Seems to be the case right
now. Too early.
Yeah. It's fine. He ran away. 45 seconds for the next Lord right now. Now, this draft suggests that everything should go in the hands of Manticore. And they have been taking the neutral objectives, but it seems like they're kind of disconnected when it comes down to the fight. So that is something which I believe they'd have to focus down a little bit more to have a cleaner victory. But Unix are, again, a team, or rather a force to be reckoned with. Ange, you'd rather not want to hop in this bush. Oh, alright. Wind of Nature, picked up by Starboy right now. Pretty awkward Glorious Pathway.
Oh!
It's going to be fully dodged out, and yeah, Unicron picks up the BOD. That's a big item. Yukasa does not have the energy for any more steel cable after that. Zaman Force dropped down as Lager's trying to free hit everyone, though. It's clear that he's not as comfortable on the Harith as much he'd want to be. So maybe it's just a practice test maybe out here, but in a best of one, I don't think so. That's what you'd really want. Love will just dodge.
Look at Yukasa!
Yukasa finally hops in, gets a shutdown as well, making a double, maybe a triple as well as Unicron wants to try.
Oh, so close!
Holy smokes, that was so close indeed. And with that, we are dead even.
Back to ground one, I would say, but still, right now, only 1,000 gold lead. Doesn't matter, it's pretty late on in the game. It's already towards the mid side. But still, look at the damage coming in from Unicron. I think they just need Yukasa to target down the Granger. He has no flicker, so that could mean a lot of issues. But right now, on the bot side, we're seeing the final trying to go for a split push. Angabris is there to do a counterplay, but still the Lord objective is up. And I think Unix have the advantage on it because of the Paquito. You never know where he is. And he could really one-shot Lav, he could one-shot Wordy, even one-shot Unicron.
I agree. That's the thing, right? You only would have enough for one fight, nothing more than that. And right now, in terms of taking the map control, Miko is not able to open the map. That stun was impeccable, law and order perfect, but the burst is just not there. Sagar is going to survive, but not the same for Miko. The Gato bursted down right before he could cast the AOG, which gives the Lord access to Manticore right now. And Yukasa picks up the BOD. Now this could be something, but again, he does not have the purple, so he cannot hop in the team fight.
I mean, can Yukasa make something out of nothing? Because right now Angabris is responding to him split pushing. I think if he went maybe for the Wind Talker, as ironic as that sounds, I think it would have been a little bit better just for split pushing. You clear his way faster, you do a little bit more attack speed, and I think you just get a little bit more movement speed if you're out of mana to run with. But the Lord is going to start its march, and it's going to be going down the mid side as Unix are stuck defending their base. I don't know if they can do it. Lager might be able to, but they only have one front line, and Yukasa needs to go for Unicron or Wordy.
Alright, Lord marching up in mid, eventually taking down that inhibitor with the first one. Yukasa down, clearing the bottom lane though. Lord is still pretty healthy. You don't have a good wave clear, if anything, and Yukasa is going to be struggling quite a bit. But this is where the Fanny's at its strongest, right? Whenever you've got a base defense for the Fanny, because you can keep on throwing out the cables, hop back in, get the energy back from the fountain, and then go back again into those fights. That's exactly what Yukasa has been trying to go for, but again, just trying to bait out a little bit. Ange will be A-okay, thanks to the Valkyrie's descent, eventually hopping out of there. But again, can't say the same thing for Sargon. Miko will be bursted too before you can pop in the AOG as Yukasa gets a killing spree. But none of that is going to be enough. It's a 2-for-2 trade right now, and we are on the same road.
But keep in mind, it's a huge shutdown for Unicron. He fell down, giving a lot of gold to Yukasa, Starboy, and Lager, the main people for Unix. And I think right now the Paquito is not doing a really great job at scaring the enemy. But look at Lager, he loves eating those arrows from Wordy. And Wordy, really, I think Lager has a big target on his back, or like a paper sheet saying, shoot me with an arrow. Shoot me, get me, stun me.
Kind of reminded me of a song from the greatest pop artist ever, but alright.
Greatest pop Jason Derulo.
No, I'm talking about the Kanye of his era.
I don't follow, but still. Let's get. Yeah.
We're diving deeper. Yukasa should be fine. Oh, Unicron might not seem. Oh, Wind of Nature saving his life right now. But now that's going to be on cooldown for the next 90 plus seconds. So that 1.5 minute is something which Unix might want to pick up that timing in.
Indeed, they do, but still 20 seconds to the next and third Lord Object. And Yukasa takes a lot of damage. One Death Sonata doing almost 2000 damage scared. That's a huge amount.
I agree. I mean, considering the BOD has been completed, right? So you know that the damage numbers are going to chart up increasingly. My goodness, Yukasa. Finally catching where Wordy was, instantly deleting him. And right now the team eventually want to collapse as well for the slot right now. Glorious Pathway drop down way too late. It's been secured by Unicron as they now want to go in for the disengage. Look at the mid. Lagger trying to dash around. Starboy catches Ange. Now the fight was divided in two different fronts and you next eventually one-on-one.
Indeed, they did. But right now, Yukasa, as I said, he's the hitman. You put a bounty on someone and he's going to have to take it down. But Unicron is still alive and breathing, and the Lord is gonna start marching pretty soon enough. 2 seconds left for him to spawn in, and he's gonna do so. And they don't have a mid inhibitor. Look at the damage! Hold on!
That is big number right now. Laga eventually with the Zaman Force will be able to clear out that wave right now. But this was kind of a gamble which Unix eventually took. Because look at the timer. Angie will be hopping in the next 5 seconds as well. So they can try and maybe make a push with the next minion wave, but still Unix should be able to clear out the slot without any major problems.
It's a rough one, Scare, but right now I'm looking at Yukasa. He is putting in a ton of work, and they don't have really anyone to shut him down. Look at the camera of Michael.
Locked in.
But look at the corners.
I mean, it's fine. That's what he wanted.
But you saw what I saw, right?
I did.
Okay. Okay.
I know what you're referring to, but we're gonna keep quiet about that, aren't we?
I guess we are now, but still, right now, 20 minutes, the longest game yet of the Unbroken New Way series so far, especially of the season. Starboy picked up Corrosion side?
I mean, maybe he wants to get that extra bit of slow effect.
Trinity?
No. No. No.
It could happen.
No.
Yes.
No.
Scared.
Stop cooking.
Oh,
Stop
the
cooking.
damage!
Burning. Just like how Love did to Yukasa, he hopped in, tapped the Purifier, but a bit too late finally with that shutdown now. They would want to try and catch the rest of the people too with the Glorious Pathway drop down. ESEL arrow did miss out on that one. You got to cook up the new one, AOG, just to zone them out. Big knockup out here. They instantly take down Love. And on the back of it right now, with the Valkyrie's Descent, you're trying to catch Starboy, but he's going to be bobbing and weaving, running around with the torn apart memory. He will take down Ange. Double kill for Sargon right now as Unicron just tries to kite. Oh, the Flicker eventually saving his life, but I don't know for how long.
I don't know if it's gonna be for long, but right now a base possible siege coming in from the side of Unix. They're 1 member down, but still Manticore are 3 members on. And look at the damage of that siege.
Absolutely, because again, Synchro Pigeon, Chrono Dash, that's it, and you next! With one of the most unconventional draft, will close out the best of one game and win against Manticore.
Indeed, they do. Cementing the longest game of the Unbroken New A so far. But what a... I mean, come on, draft. I mean, it worked out at the end, didn't it?
I did not expect that to work out, but yeah, it did. I think so. That's all I have to say about it. Because normally you'd never really think a Fanny in the mid lane could work, a Harith in the jungle. None of that kind of makes sense. But there were quite a few, and I have to say, tweaks that Manticore need to make in order for them to have a solid impact in the game, right? Because, let's say I could see the idea, but whenever they tried to pull the trigger, it was either a bit too late or maybe a bit too early. It was never on time. And that was the problem which they eventually encountered in the game.
Yeah, I agree with you, Scare, but still, they had the draft advantage, had the kill advantage. Word was shooting those arrows, but they just couldn't get in a game siege. The Fanny was just pressuring the lanes so much. But that was only the first game of the day. There are 3 more on the row, and the next one I think is gonna be Boris Valkyries versus Foot Esports, if I'm not mistaken, scared. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Because I'm never wrong.
Wow. Wow, bro just said it out loud, right? You just said it out loud. I thought maybe this time you're not going to say it, but guess what? That's who you are. It's going to be Bulls Valkyries taking on Foot Esports. Yes, I agree. It's going to be a tough match, right? Because both of these rosters have been showcasing a phenomenal class. But if we look at what happened last time, right? Boars Valkyries eventually faced Falcons Vega in the previous, on day number 3. And they could not really close it out. They had the struggle in that. Falcons, if anything, were the ones to eventually take that game. And for esports, though, if you talk about them, it looks like they're in the hot shot form, like always. It seems like this team never loses the form whatsoever. So they're still on that same track, winning that 1-0. So it's going to be, I'd have to say, tough for Boars Valkyries. It's a pretty tough matchup for them to face.
It's gonna be tough out there because all of these teams are very strong. Boars Gaming Female are strong. Boars Valkyries are strong. Foot Esports are strong. And also Falcons Vega are even more stronger because they have a lot of experience playing together. But scared, the game is gonna stress them. Do you think we're gonna see any abnormality? I mean, in the first game, let's forget about it. All the anomalies we have seen. I think it's like radiation. It's just poisoning our brains. We didn't see a Fanny on the mid or a Harriet on the jungle. We see something different. But are we gonna see actually something uncommon again?
I don't think so. Not in this one, right? I'm kind of expecting both of these teams to go all gung-ho, full focus, right? Because both of them are pretty strong. And we've seen that from the previous iterations whenever they faced each other back in the past too. So that's the kind of thing which eventually brings me to the point where I see the vision, I see the idea that this is the game which is important, we have to treat it seriously, and that's why we're going to do that. And for all the people out there who are watching it, please do not pick a Fanny in the mid lane. It does not work. Had a jungle, I will cut you some slack if there's no Phobius on the other side, or maybe a Minstar in your ranked games. But not a Fanny in the mid lane. That just doesn't work, people. Don't start copying Yukasa.
I think it did work. So let's introduce the roster of Boars Valkyries, Kitoni, Laris Lover, Supra, MK4, Lavanda, and Meore. It's the names you usually see on the screen, but Foot Esports are up next and scared. I think you should introduce them because I think you did cast the final.
I think so, I did. Yeah, I did. You know what? I absolutely did, because we've always seen these ladies out here, as we said, in the hot shot form. Meiko, Kujo, Nora, Unohana, and Zendaya. I don't think so. I've ever seen them lose out here in the entirety of Europe right now, especially under the roster of Foot Esports. They've always showcased a different level of class whenever it comes down to those games. And I'm looking forward to see how they're going to perform today, because last time as well, as we talked about it, Foot Esports were looking in the hot shot form when they faced one roster of Boars Gaming, that's the Boars Gaming F. Now they've got to face the other one. But at the same time, it is also an opportunity for Boars Valkyrie to take the revenge on their sisters, right? Because for their sisters, because again, Foot Esports winning that one game out, it's time for the players of the org to be like, all right, yeah, you ain't getting away twice after doing that, or maybe once.
You are very unique, Scare, but as I said, is there a chance to take the revenge? Because the last day of Unbroken UA, I think this is like basically like a regular season, but I said, but still, it's gonna be a really strong team. The last season's champions for the Frozen Diva against Boars Valkyries. And Valkyries, they're a new roster, Scare. There are some familiar names on him, yes, but still, they're a complete new roster to our eyes, and I'm really looking forward to see what they can do, because they really put up a fight last week against Falcon Vega. But I mean, 3 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep,
they put up a decent fight.
Now that's one thing, right? Again, a few days ago, they almost won. But it was just not enough. Boars Valkyries against Falcons Vega, which you were mentioning about it. It was a tough back and forth game, but it still ended up being a Falcons victory. Out here right now is the main focus. You've got to brush off what happened in the past, and you've got to focus down on what is in your front, right? What's ahead of you. Because let's be honest, the price pool for the entire thing is around $2,000, if I'm not wrong.
1.250, I think.
I mean,
it's for the males, and for the females, 750.
1.250 is crazy, Zakota.
Mathematics, bro. You have to get the numbers down to T, but let's not get ahead of ourselves because the draft is gonna start and the balls Valkyries are gonna be on the blue side. Foot Esports on the right side. I mean, Meroe the Slayer has been slaying pretty recently, but I don't know if she could match Kujo in the jungle. Kujo just has an insane hero pool.
That is true. I want to see how deep they'd have to dive in out here, right? I love the name Supra Beck Beck Beck.
Of course you do.
Remember that one? You that one emote in the game. That's
Yes.
basically become one of the most annoying ones. Beck Beck Beck. I'm like, oh my god, just don't use that in front of me.
Do you remember the old emotes? Like the Toxic MPL ones? They were so good, man. I was so sad when they got removed.
I know. I can't help it.
Panic, 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 panic. That was one of my favorite ones. It was so good. Come
I
on,
always
scared.
like the Layla smile. I like the Layla smile. Whatever happens, that's like one of the most wholesome emotes for me.
I never used that one ever.
Why? I mean, it's fun. It is very fun.
I just have a diverse set of emotes. Everything has its place. I think I have the Be Patient one for Gatotkacha. You know, when he is Be Patient. I have the one with the heart from TNC, I think. Yeah, TNC. The TNC heart.
I didn't spend the diamonds in game, man. Not that much.
And
If anything, I was always saving for Hanabi skins.
I mean, I just personally whatever I seem cool, and you know, like if it's cool, that's cool.
I need to complete the collection of Hanabi skins, man. Especially with the 2 new Lunar Fresh skins hopping up. I have one of those skins. I need the second one, and then I have to unlock all of their variants by using the dragon shards. That's such a tough job.
Man, there is so many. I got the new Dragon Shard skin for Nolan, the green one, because I really like the color for it.
Okay.
It looks really nice, but you know what's nice? The Drat Valentina getting banned now with the carry. And as well on the right side, we see the Marcel and the Juxin getting banned. I mean, these are pretty normal bans for us as well. This could lead to a hurry, this could lead to a few dash heroes. And just
Maybe
all around, Phoebus is just annoying on the XP. It's really hard to deal with.
I agree. One of the top priorities here, whenever he's left open, is picked up in the first place. And it's not just because of the Freya or the Harith. It is also because of the Leo mode, right? Because you pick up a Leo mode, you simply give a lot of passive to the Phoebus and he gets ready up with the enhanced basic attack. Guess what? You've got a mark already up on you. So you kind of deny the Leo mode too on the other end, which makes him all the more worth being banned out. But for the carry ban, Phoebus ban, Harith could be the first pick onto the gold lane, but maybe they'd want to keep it for the later stages. No, they won't.
They don't.
Yeah, they prioritize it. So you go Kalea?
Kalea into... I mean, it's a hard
Elite?
appear. If I go maybe for the Kaja here or the Hilda, I think the Hilda.
Hilda makes sense. Early game presence, you've got a ton of tankiness. Now, you need something that can match this pressure, but Fanny so early on.
Not scared.
I mean,
Loki?
now the Kalea could come in from the other side. You can lock in the Kalea Lilia. Something that you can pair it up with. Maybe a Kalea Suyu.
I mean, there could be a ton of choices here, but scared. I think we're going to see the boxer from Meroe. Interesting choices again. Don't have really anything. Maybe a Freddy would have been better here to try to catch Kujo. Azuli have a front for Supra. But what is Lunaris never going to pick? Are they going to go for the XP? Maybe they use Zhong here. Maybe something with some Crocodiles. Even the Edith, I think, would work pretty well here.
We'll see on to the Edith, right? I don't really want to bring her in the conversation so very early on. But let's see. It's a Gatto. I mean, not a lot of problem for Freya, if anything. She can freely dive in the back line. But what do you lock in for mid right now? There's a ton of options apart from the Novaria.
Scared? Is this your caster curse?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Of course you're happy. Why would you be sad? I don't think they're going to do it. Michael's going to lock in that cloud. Really great choice so far for the side of Foot Esports. A little bit questionable for the side of Boris Valkyries. But they're going to take out the Zed that they don't really want an annoying mid laner to deal with. Maybe they're going to try to go for the Lilia themselves. But what is left? What do you think they're gonna go for here, Scared?
Maybe you can just try and choke down that. I mean, you can't even choke anything. The whatever you really ban out here would eventually hit you in the back as well. I don't know, Jushin? Because let's be honest, you kind of need something with the burst for Boar's Valkyrie. You already have a ton of frontlining. You've got a decent amount of damage with a Harith. So you'd rather want to go with something with a lot more burst. So Jushin was since already banned out. You go for another poke ban, maybe an Eve, which could be a problem.
I think, yeah, Eve is a great choice, but I think Foot Esports are gonna keep it for themselves. They're gonna ban out maybe the Lilia or the Gord. I think not the Gord. I think the Lilia. I think you're right about this, but the Harley is still left open, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's going to be working out here either ways. You got the Baxi on one side, you got the Fanny on the other side. Where you're going to put up Harley? In the mid lane?
Mid lane?
I mean, we've kind of seen the Fanny mid, so I'm not really going to be surprised with that.
I have seen the Harley mid a lot. So, I mean, there's a ton of heroes, but you have to ban out the Eevee from Boar's Valkyries. You don't want to give them that. Because Nora's just going to have a lot of free play. You're going to put the RWM down, do a ton of damage to Mero, Kitoni. You can catch Super as well if she does her ground dashes. You're going to force also Purify sometimes. But what will be left on mid lane? I mean, Valentina's banned. Zhuxin Zetian is banned. What else is there that's great?
I mean, you've
the
got
Kimi?
Lilia at this point. Lilia, Kimi, maybe even the Kadita. Not in this case, though. I don't think so it's going to work well for Foot. But if you're going for a full dive, Lunax.
Yu Zhong, but I mean, I did say Yu Zhong, but I don't know if it's that great of a ban. I think you should ban out a mage. Yeah, Lilia, it's the viable choice. It's one of the last options, but still, it's interesting, really interesting.
Now, what is left for Boar's Valkyrie is what I'm thinking. You surely don't go with Xana or some stuff like that.
Nah, I don't think the Vi is the right choice here because Kucha's just gonna snipe you. He's gonna come for you. You're a free kill. You're free food. Lavanda picks up the Lapu Lapu. That's good.
You know what? Go Eudora.
I was thinking the same thing actually. Go Eudora with a new passive. You can stun the Fanny under your turret. Go Gushan on the mid. You have a few escapability points. You have a ton of damage. It could work. Or the Selena as well. A lot of heroes would actually be okay, but I don't think Novaria is it. I think you're lacking a ton of stuns.
You need something that can actually lock down the Fanny and the Claude and the Lilia. Kadita works too.
I mean, it's Eve. It's the safe choices, right?
I don't like it.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of magical damage, but you can still somehow catch the Fanny. You have a lot of shield, but Esmeralda is going to come into play good against everyone from Boar's Valkyries. I think it's a solid pick.
Except the Baxia. Except the Baxia.
Doesn't matter the Baxia. Like, leave the Baxia out of this conversation. 4 members from Boar's Valkyries will get a ton of shields. So, even if Baxia is there, I think Esmeralda is going to overtake the damage with the Oracle, everything ready. That's a great choice. They don't have that many stuns for the side of Foot Esports, but on the left side, it's the same story. They don't have many stuns, but they have the burst on the right, and Ankylos on the left. So
Exactly.
It's interesting, really interesting choices here. I don't know, scared.
The main thing here is that you don't really need a lot of stuns for Foot Esports, right? Because you will be engaging, you will be taking the fights. You don't have any way to hold them down and then re-engage. It's a straight up 3, 2, 1 go. That's all. Foot Esports will be trying to dictate the pace of this entire game. For Boar's Valkyrie on the other end, though, that's where things are eventually going to be different, right? Because, again, you have to stop the dive, play anti-dive without a lot of stuns. I think so this is not going to be a good game for Lunaris. She is going to struggle a lot.
We're going to see that in the game because right at the second game of the day, Boar's Valkyries versus Foot Esports is going to start up. The Unbroken UA ESEL tournament is going to be presented to you by Zakota and, of course, Scared. Yet a kind of weird interaction. Introducing yourself is a little bit weird. I always like getting introduced by other people, Scared. I don't know about you. Wow. Isn't it weird to say your own name like you're in a third-person character?
I've been basically doing this for such a long time that I'm kind of immune.
But you know the feeling. You know what I mean, right?
I do. I do understand that. That's why I don't normally introduce myself. It's gonna be me, and alongside me we've got Zakuta. That's normally how I go with. But out here
You're
right
more
now, we don't
versed.
really have, yeah, I mean, few tutorials. Zendaya single-handedly cleared out the mid wave quickly. Again, that's the priority with the Lilia, the early level 1 advantage which you have. But again, Nora can't really do anything against a Boxia in the jungle. Yes, you can try and be annoying or at least show your presence, but that would not mean anything because you can just simply walk around and that's all you're going to do. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard, but Hana actually opted out for a sprint, which I'm not just noticing. I was thinking about it. Sprint is good, but then at the end of the day, I don't think it's that great here. I think the Vengeance have been a little better, or the Flicker, so you can go for the Crescent Moonfall. But look at the invade coming from Meroe the Slayer. She's gonna get a buff, and look at Kujo.
Oh. Yeah, wants to try and catch all of them though. It's Meore eventually picked off as the first one. And that is not a good start for the Boxia in the jungle. You'd rather want to have a solid early game, but yeah, that is tough. But esports are winning in every lane except the gold, where it is a draw. And they're happy with the draw.
But still, Meroe did get that red buff, red 3, and Nora is gonna try to maybe give a little bit of vision for Kujo. But I think she's gonna get it. She has the retribution ready in a few seconds, actually just one. She's gonna get it, level 4 is already there. They're looking for a fight! Look at her damage!
Big burst out here, but it's just not enough. At the last second, you pop in the RWM just to slow them down again. But for esports, we'll have the priority towards the turtle. You already have Nora back in the fight. It's a flying cloud, so she'll make her way faster. And at the same time, now there is no real-world manipulation available for probably the next 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think a little bit more than, but Zendaya's getting a beating of a lifetime, but still she has the black shoes ready to rock and roll. And Andrea, look at Funny going for an evade on the blue buff of Boxia. You took my red, you took your red, I'm gonna take your blue, you know? Let's make it fair and square, because Lunaris is gonna take a ton of damage. Wait, whoa!
Good trade out there on Unohana. That's a big burst number. On an Esmeralda, especially with the common of maybe the support emblem, you're not really that tanky in the early game. And that is something which both can capitalize on, but maybe not for so long. Revitalize pops in. There's not enough to save your life as finally you've got Kujo hopping into the fight as well. Zendaya picks up the double. The RWM dropped down, but everyone are playing at the very edge. You do not have the bravest fighter available for Lavanda. Will have to go back right now as Unohana will be able to zone both of them.
Indeed, you will be able to do that, but still, right now, Foot Esports are in a pretty huge lead. 1,000 gold, 3 minutes in, and the Fan is level 6 compared to Baksha's level 4.
Make it even worse right now, because this is the thing. You need the Fanny slow ball, especially against those tanky targets right now. Lavanda is ready with the stun, goes in for the raging slashes, try to cut them down. The stun connected, but just not enough as Zendaya pops in at the right time. Wants to burst them down to the shadow energy bombs. Will be getting a double as Kitoni cannot do anything but just observe.
I mean, I think that's gonna be the story, because right now Kush's gonna take down the turtle in a pretty fast a few seconds. But still, taking out that blue buff, and I think Kush's gonna go for more and more, because right now, she's unchallenged. She doesn't want to check the jungle. I don't think they're thinking about it. I think they thought, yeah, Kush's gonna go back to her own buffs, take her own jungle, but still, she's gonna take everything. Took the turret, took a few kills. Took the turtle, took a few kills, and look at Supra. She is still on the even side, I would say.
I agree. Have been playing pretty well right here. Kujo, after stealing that one away, will hop back into her own jungle though. But I like how Boars Gaming are also, or rather Boars Valkyrie, are trying to get their own picks as well. Side by side, they're not really letting Kujo get away for free. But here's the thing. Sees Kujo right now in mid yet again. Nora will have to run back. There we go. The flying Fanny. But only hopping in to take her own buff right now. Not interested in the fight at all.
Wait, did you see that? Or Lavanda has a bunny behind her. Like an actual rabbit.
I missed out.
There was a rabbit there, man. You're not paying attention? What are you doing?
I was trying to figure out the builds and everything. Kind of got lost in the data.
Doing your caster job over checking out the rabbit? Interesting.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we'll see it later. Maybe we'll see it later. Out here right now, again, win condition for Foot is actually pretty clear, right? Snowball into the early game. Make sure that you're basically firing up on all cylinders in the mid game and then end up winning the late game right now as Zendaya is slowly helping them with the transition, catching one. But now you want to try and get the people in the tower as well as Miore eventually bursted to Supra. Will be able to run away. No charges for Zendaya on the Shadow Energy. So they will be A-okay, but I don't know if that is good for Board's Valkyrie at all, Zakota. I don't see a way for them how they can make this comeback.
I don't know. I really don't know, Scar, but right now it's a pretty huge goal gap. It's 5k. A 5k lead, and I think this is mostly Zendaya and Kujo. I mean, look at the bot side. What's gonna happen? Supra is gonna go down almost. You know, under the turret as well. I mean, come on.
AOG dropped down, everything being thrown at them except for the kitchen sink, but just for the defense, just for the save. Miore will have to go back as well. Kidoni just trying to take the aggro on her. Oh, that's menacing. That is menacing. Nura just stands there and he's like, yeah, what you gonna do? You're a gato. You can't do anything.
Psychological warfare maybe, but still Kush is gonna be split pushing on the top side, taking down a turret in the process, leaving the minions to do the rest of the work, but still Miroe is 3 levels behind the fan. He's 7 minutes in.
Whoa, look at the burst damage right now again. With the falling star, she is still trying to kite away. Supra doesn't really have the Zaman force as well. Finally, Unohana will be bursted down, biting a bit more than what she could eventually chew, while Miko was busy taking away the creep.
Huh.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a lot of information, but still right now Zendaya's gonna be the one doing the split pushing. Nora's gonna be zoning out a little bit. Not much you can do because Supra is there in the spirit. Hold on, look at the chrono dash is coming through, taking down Nora for the actually second time of the game. I mean, 7 minutes in, 2 deaths only. I mean, that's great as a Hilda.
I agree, but it would have been better if the kills eventually went in for Supra, just because you want early few items on her. Considering there's an Esmeralda on the other side, along with the Hilda, you'd really want that Holy Crystal up and ready along with the Divine Glaive. And Holy Crystal is expensive. It is heavy expensive. AOG out in mid just to try and save their life as Unohana was trying to take the aggro on her. 15 or rather less than 10 seconds for that Lord right now. Oh, the power of wilderness being shown by Nora. Miore eventually bursted down. The kill being picked up as Zendaya, if I'm not wrong, as they tried to push the bot tier 2 as well. Supra, 8.5 minutes in, eventually picks up the Feather of Heaven, but I don't know, man. It's going to take her a long time to scale up in this game.
I agree with you. I truly agree with Supra. Back. He's going to be trying to take Zendaya down. The Black Shoes are there, and Kujo took down the low with the help of Maiko. I mean, it's such a huge gold gap. It's 8,000 gold. And, you know, Hana falls. I mean, that's a good trade-off for both targets. Hold on, man. They could be trying to turn it around. I think with a Harit getting a few more kills in, it could be better. But still, Marauder Slayer really can't do a lot of fronting. He's just getting bursted down.
I agree. It is possible. Like, again, Harith will have damage. But the Esmeralda is straight counter.
Yeah. Let's think of a few positive here. Super back doing a ton of damage to Zendaya, forcing out the Black Shoes.
Yeah, she's gonna be fine right now. Oh, Flicker burnt out as well as everything is being taken by Nora. Perfect play to play that roam right now as Unohana joins the fight as well, and Navanda doesn't have anything except for the Flicker to run back to safety as the Lord will be marching down up from the top lane. We haven't really seen Kujo back in action for a bit now, and I would want to see her hopping in, especially trying to put problems for Lunaris in the fight. And that has been one of the big reasons why she cannot really drop the real-world manipulation at any place. She's got to position herself so well just so Kujo cannot actually catch her.
I think even whenever you position, even it's like picture perfect positioning, I think just the Fanny being so far ahead in farm, it could be a really huge issue. But right now, the Holy Shit is going to get popped on the top side. AOG to defend that Lord pretty late on, but still, it's like it's the intent that matters. You know, she got it down. goes there. What's happening with Nora's camera?
Oh, right now, there we go with the blazing duet in the black line. Over the first face tank for you, but it's fine. They all dive in head first. Legendary for Zendaya. The Lilia is doing overtime right now. And with that, the bot inhib is defended. But I don't think so we can say the same thing for mid right now. Kuju wants to try and take this as quickly as possible.
Damage!
Not available, but yeah, that's insane damage thanks to the chrono dash.
I mean, there's a lot of damage coming in, but you missed the rabbit yet again, Scared. You keep missing
No,
it
I
out.
did not.
Yes, you did.
I did catch
Where was
it.
the rabbit located?
I mean, not right now, but before that, I saw the ears of the rabbit.
You're a liar. The rabbit didn't have his
I
ear
did.
perked up. You're a liar.
Wow, no, it did.
I don't know, man. So I think you guys in the chat correct, Scared. Do you think he saw it with the ears perked up, or were they down, like I said? We're gonna see it pretty soon enough, but still, 20 seconds the lower. I think we're gonna have time by then. But man, what a game coming from Foot Esports. 10,300 gold lead advantage, 7 turrets to none,
Yeah.
and 1 lord to none, and 3 turtles to none. Look at Nora's camera. Different parallel universe. Is she Eve?
Seems
Maybe?
like that. The interdimensional creature, I agree.
Maybe Eve? Hello, Eve?
Maybe. Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe a friend of Eve.
Maybe.
Out right now. There you go. They want to try and push all the waves together. And that is not even at the Lord. That is before the Lord. Now they're going to go and push, or rather take the Lord away. Unohana picks up the Radiant Armor as well. Without the Divine Glaive now, Supra Beck will not do any damage to her. And now you can see, Unohana is getting a little bit too aggressive as well. And she's absolutely fine with taking all the aggro. She still has more than half the HP left. And it's going to turn out into a big problem. This is the perfect time for esports to take this Lord and then prepare for that next phase. Clear out the bot, clear out the top, leave the mid B. Just keep Zendaya up in the position where she can hop in and clear it later. There we go. This is the perfect wave management coming in from FUT Esports. Prioritize the inhib up top. Oh Lord, yeah, you have to stop it right here, right now. Supra is the first one to eventually take the contact. That's a ton of damage right now. Miko hops in, and there we go with the Winter Crown play. Still does not deal a lot of damage thanks to the minions spawning up right now. Zendaya picks up a legendary. The Lapu taken down. Top inhib gone, but just for the loss of 1. They've cleared the Lord.
They did. It's a ton of work, but they're making do with what they have. But Lavanda is down, and right now the minions are still coming in, and it's enhanced minions on the bot side, normal minions on the top side. But now all 3 lanes would have super minions coming in. But look at the damage of Supra. She actually is doing a lot, but Kusha's there!
Oh, almost trying to burst her down though, but she still will survive. She goes in with a steel cable yet again. Miura pretty low. Well, Lavanda eventually hopping in as well. Now this could be troublesome. Zendaya, no black shoes available. Perfect land shaker. Wants to catch Zendaya, but look at the burst damage. Miko destroys her. And just blazing to it, BMI out of the way. But here we go with the Zaman Force. Flicker forced out from Zendaya. AOG to get the knock up on 2. Supra Beck will have to go back. But you see the cables are funny. Kujo hops in at the right time. You do not have the wave clear right now. There we go with the RWM drop down yet again. Lunaris does not have a lot of mana. She's going to be targeted in the back line. Minion still up, and FUT Esports. That's all you need to score the first one for yourself.
A really hard game coming in from FUT Esports by Boars. Valkyries tried to put up a fight, but still, they were just getting completely outclassed. I mean, the fun is just getting open. And I think the Eve, because you mentioned, just didn't have a right place in time. The positioning didn't really matter. Like, wherever you place your RWM down, the fun is going to come and attack you. But wow, what a great haircut you have, Scared. I just noticed it. Usually you have messy hair. You just shower so you look great on camera, right?
Thank you so much for saying that, though. But yeah, I don't really like this look of mine right now. I kind of want that messy hair look with all the anime dudes.
Oh, like mine, right?
Just grow them out and you'll look like Rock Lee.
I don't think I would, man. I just have really thick hair, you know? It's really hard for me. Even if I like try to style it, it's gonna bounce back. It's just been getting, used to this look of a nerd.
Jeez, man, silky hair. All right, man. You deal with your own problems right now. You do. You do you. Out on the other side of the spectrum, though, let's have a word about that game a little bit more, right? Because we did see the win condition of the Hadith popping off, but you really needed something else as well, right? And I think so it falls down onto the same pattern where maybe something else instead of an Eve. Maybe something with a lot more burst. I think so the Baxias and the Gato were decent picks. I don't think so they were bad. If anything, you were able to match Fanny in the jungle and move away from the pressure that Kujo was constantly putting up on you. But on the other side, I kind of needed something. I think so Selena would have worked phenomenally well in this one.
I mean, it could have, but still, right now, I don't know if it could have really put a huge impact, as to say. Because right now, it was just a downhill battle all the time, because the Baxia got invaded, took his blue, was level 6 when the Fan, I mean, it was level 4 and the Fanny was level 6. When Fanny was level 13, he was level, I believe, 9 or 8. So you could already see just the farming speed from Fanny, and the Bucks are getting outclassed in every aspect possible. He couldn't really go for a play. He couldn't really put the anti-heal on the Esmeralda. You were saying that was the main idea. But still, I think Asuyo, something different on the jungle would have been better. Even if you have on, I mean, even with the Harit, I think if you had a different jungle, it would have been better. Even with the Eve.
Maybe. I think so, yeah. You either want more damage out of the jungle or you want something else into the mid lane, right? You need something with a lot more burst potential rather than just poke, because if everyone is poking, no one is able to capitalize on that last part of the HP, right? So you need something on the other side as well. Plus the Esma was kind of running freely, so maybe you needed to go for a little bit more crowd control. I think so, and a Kadita would have also been, or maybe it would have made a little bit more sense to me. But all right? You know what? We can sit there, theory craft as much as we want. Out here for all the people, though. Again, it is not just playing one game against one team and then moving forward, right? Because you would play every single team a total of 4 times. It's only the first one. Still have 3 more chances remaining out with the exact same opponent, and now you've got all the other teams as well. So you can do the math. You can quickly figure that part out, Zakota. I know you've been doing that pretty well. Out here right now, again, with the next matchup that we're kind of getting ready, ladies and gentlemen, it will be Falcons Vega taking on Boars Gaming F. Another roster out for Boars Gaming, this time getting ready to face the winners of the last day, which will be Falcons Vega. What's your expectations, Zakota?
I think Falcons Vega could take it, but still Boars Gaming are really strong. They are at the top of their game, but right now we're getting ready. The players are getting ready. Everyone in the production is getting ready, because this is the ESEL Unbroken new A Cup. And make sure you guys check out all the other things we do. The Season 2 Emerald Diva. Check out the socials. Check out the TikTok, Discord, Telegram. Check out on the Instagram as well. I do a lot of community posts. Hey, if you're a player, maybe you could see yourself there. We could tag on the post, and as well, we could get a lot of maybe giveaways if we get the community growing and going. But still, right now, this is the Unbroken UA Cup. We are on the female side because it's a mix. There is male and female teams. The male plays versus the males. The female plays versus the females. It's basically a tournament for everyone, but still, it's not crossing into the male versus female because it's still not at that level yet. But it's a huge combined $2,000 pool. So, I mean, scared.
Yes.
If you're new, you would have played it, right? On the female side?
I want to go there.
I don't know.
I know the next line that you're going to say, because you cannot qualify for the male side, right? Because that's how bad you play. I know what you wanted to say. It's fine, Dakota. I'm happy being a caster. I'm happy being here on the desk where I can witness all of these plays being made. Unlike being like a certain someone who keeps on saying that I can win every single game, I'm the proest of them all. All right.
Find the screenshot of me losing, bro. Find the screenshot of me losing, bro, and then we're gonna have a great chat. I just need to see one of me losing, bro.
you in your history. I don't know, man.
It's open. My history is open.
You know what? I'm actually gonna check out. Oh, hold on. My battery's pretty low. I'll check it in a while.
I know it's open. I turned it open a few days ago.
Why? Because you got a lot of MVPs in the straight line, and then you were like, you know what? I think that this is something I can show to the people.
No, actually, just because of the title stage, because I've been sharing bits with my team, but you know what? We should be sharing the roster of Falcons Vega, Nusi, Nocturne, Syrinx, Names, and Vendetta back at it again. The last time we saw them, they completely demolished Boar's Valkyries, but right now they're going to be against the main Boar's female team. And that could be spicy, but talk about the devil here. They are totally Luvia, Aselia, Xona, and Fumetsu are ready to face their opponents. And I think the toughest opponents they faced so far is Falcons Vega, have been a team for a pretty long time scared from the history.
Yes.
I know they were basically at the same roster in 2024, 2 years ago at ISCF 2024, because I was, I think, casting there. I'm not sure. I think I was.
Wow. All right, that kind of makes sense. I mean, it's been a long time for them to be playing together right now. That means we know for a fact the synergy is going to be there. That makes it even more difficult for Boars Gaming F to face them right now, because considering the momentum and everything that we normally talk about, Boars Gaming eventually lost their previous matchup, right? If I'm not wrong, they were facing FUT Esports, so that's a tough one. That's a tough ball to eventually catch. Out here, though, Falcons, they were up against Boars Valkyrie, so they were able to win out their game as well, which was pretty tough. One thing that we have seen is the fact that all of these female rosters, they are playing so good that they're almost evenly matched up, right? Everyone with each other have been looking pretty solid.
Yeah, everyone is looking great, everyone is looking strong, but still I'm looking forward to seeing this game because I think they're a little bit more evened out compared to the male team, because you have Boars Gaming, the main male team, and they're top 8, but I think they're still qualified for top 2, in my opinion, top 3. And it's really hard to play against them because they can play just so great. They've been playing for such a long time. But let's talk about them later on because they're going to be the last series of the day. But right now, Falcons Vega on the blue side, on the red side, Boars Gaming F. I think we're going to see kind of the usual suspects, nothing else, nothing different, maybe something interesting, maybe a Paquito ban, because I think it's going to get a little bit popular. Do you remember the Quantum Charge Paquito with the rapid boots? And basically, I think it was the Wind Talker just to run around the map. It was when Uranus was meta, a really strong meta. It was a weird Paquito Uranus meta, like it was the weirdest combination ever.
I know. I remember that part where you could never catch the Paquito. He'll be hopping in, running around the entire map so quickly. I don't want to see that again. So yeah, no. Throw that out in the drain. The flicker Paquito is already pretty difficult for me to handle because you don't see the jab coming. We've got to get habitual of that. You have to get accustomed to what those Paquito players are thinking in their mind to eventually do that. It kind of gets annoying right now. So yeah, I mean, I think so it's a little bit too early for everyone to adapt into it. So I don't think so we'll see that being banned out. On the other side, it is the usual thing. This time it's a Baxia. It was being left open for the previous 2 games, so we're not going to see it this time around. Jushin, Marcel, Harley. All 3 of them still available.
I mean, there's even a ton more heroes left open, but still, they're not that popular in tournament, but in rank, they're extremely popular, but they're going to ban out the Ali. It's just, I mean, they want the Uranus/Phoveus for themselves. They want to trade for that. Or they just want to bait out a Phoveus ban. I think that would be the wisest strategy from Boars Gaming F. Try to bait out a Phoveus ban and try to go for maybe... No, they're going to not fall for it. They're going to go ban the Juxin. Another great choice, but they're still on the first pick side, so I think that's a little bit uncommon. But what will Boars Gaming F go for?
I mean, maybe it is just to create that question mark of Harith, Phoveus. I was about to say Marcel, even Freya. Or since Freya has been banned out, all 3 of them were open, so you're kind of going for a 1-for-1 trade right now. You can prioritize a Phoveus for the first pick, but that would mean you're kind of letting go of the Sora along with maybe the Harith. That's that. The choices for Falcons. What do you lock here?
Harley, Valentina, Sora, Phoveus, Zetian.
The first pick thingy that we normally see.
Yeah, they're going to pass up on the Harley. I mean, Fumetsu had Flame, so she might have been a mid lane Harley. I told you it could happen, but Illuvia's going to pick out the Phoveus. That's what I was saying. They want to bait out the Phoveus banner pick, and Boars Gaming are going to go and take it for themselves. But still, right now, Falcons Vega have the choice. Yeah, I think it's the Uranus being left out. But better yet, I think going for maybe the Esmeralda is a little bit better because you can tank out the deadly magic. You have as well a lot of escapability with Esmeralda. The Crescent Moonfall is great to run around, but still, I think Uranus is just an easier choice because it's just so annoying. It's so tanky, he regens a lot on lane. You don't really have to do anything special. He just goes in, goes out, and that's the story.
I don't know, I kind of still feel like Sora would have been better. Kind of goes even out against the Phoveus in the lane, has got the advantage as soon as he turns level 4 with the Thunder form too. So you can kind of keep the Phoveus at bay instead of joining in the fights with the full HP. Out here right now with the carry being locked in, the late game is secure for Falcons Vega. You still have a big question mark about what they want to go in their own jungle. But what they've picked up right now with it, it kind of seems like that front to back poke composition which pairs up well with the Hylos or maybe the Kalea.
Maybe, but I don't know if Kalea is great here.
Not after the Valen, I don't think
No, you don't want to give that or the Divine Judgment to Tori. So he's gonna get banned out. A great choice. Lancelot is still open. And I don't know, you've been doing a lot of East Asian casting, right? You've been doing a bit of that. You just had the finals for LMSS. Did you guys have a Lancelot?
What?
Or like...
Finals of what?
The MLMS, no?
Yeah, I thought you said something else. But yeah,
I
did. And yes, we've kind of been seeing that Lancelot pick, but again, it's mostly for the comfort, right? It's just been one player who's constantly picking it, and that was Van from the side of Godlike, so that's the thing. We don't really see it being picked up by a lot of other players right now, so it hasn't made its way there. If anything, the European meta has been different in a sense where we mostly see the Nolans being relied on a little bit instead of the Lancelots. And I think so that kind of makes sense as well. The win condition with the Nolan is easier to achieve.
Indeed, it is, because Sona's gonna go up for the Hilda, but the thing I wanted to get across is for right now in Europe, for Lancelot and for Leomord, we go for the marksman build. Do you guys also do that? The marksman emblem?
Yeah, we do. The marksman emblem, yeah. Since one of the passives has been buffed up, right, from 5% penetration, now it gives 10%, so
it's a lot more damage.
Going on with that, it makes sense. Not for the Suyu, though. Like, Suyu has been a bit of that middle ground place where some people have tried with the marksman emblem, but some still like to fix, or rather stay with
Assassin is better, I think. I like it more. You have a little bit more instant burst, more attractive penetration, but still they're gonna still go out for the Hylos, and Vendetta is gonna pick up that Guinevere. Guinevere is a great choice, but there's not that many heroes you can combo with on your team. Like, if you had the Zuxin or maybe you had the Phoveus for yourself, it would have been better. But Azelia's gonna go in for the Bruna, and we know that she can do a lot of work with that hero. That's what she actually picked. The draft is super similar to what they had against Foot Esports, but still, this is the third game of the day. Falcons Vega versus Boris Gaming F. I mean, Scare, do you see anything else that's interesting?
Yeah, the Flicker. I kind of wanted to see a Purify considering there's a Guinevere on the other side, plus you also have the Phoenix Fury. So it makes things easier for the spatial migration to land out here. But, I mean, all in all said, it still is going to be fine right now, as again, the draft are set up, ladies and gentlemen. You also have the spell set up for both of these teams. Falcons Vega with the Uranus, Hylos, Zetian, Calry, and Guinevere ready to face up against Boars Gaming F with the Harley Hilda, Phoveus, Valentina, and Bruno. One of these will eventually register that win and continue maybe their win streak if it's Falcons, or the other will stop or put a halt on their losing streak out there if they are Boars Gaming F, as we hop into the Land of Dawn for the third best of one in this evening. And we all are watching the Unbroken UA brought to you by ESEL. And out here's Dakota. Both the junglers starting from the purple.
I mean, Harry is doing a little bit of sketchy business.
Invade?
What's happening?
So early on? She wants to catch the bear so early before it even...
I've never seen that before. I'm gonna have to try it, but you know what? I'm gonna have to try Nusi's luck. She survives on HP. The Revitalize was still there. But, I mean, the carry was expecting it. The carry was waiting there. Names was waiting. Maybe Fumetsu the Creator has been doing this in scrims.
Kind of possible. Because, yeah, it seems like that. But right now, again, you're going to take the entire jungle of the bottom side, and now with that, you will be hopping in for your buff. You know what? I think so it kind of makes sense. Considering normally towards the turtle, you eventually lose your blue buff. So you kind of end up in a precarious spot. right now, with blue buff being taken so very late, you will still have it up once it's the time of the turtle. But overall, if you think about it, it will lower down your farm.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of the clear speed because if you start a buff at 25 seconds, I believe it's 35 seconds for the golem, or 30 seconds. If I'm not sure, I forgot. I forgot my times. Yeah, and I'm a jungler, man. Imagine that. But still, right now, this is gonna use a revitalize. And as you said, there's gonna be a little bit more of the blue buff left there. I mean, a lot more, but you're gonna mess up your rotations a lot. But same with Vendetta, she won't have the level 4. She didn't try to go for an invade. She didn't get the Little Wanderer as well. Who got it?
I wanted to see her at least take the beetle, or maybe go in and take away the go crab with the EXP.
What?
But she hasn't been doing that.
Wait, did Fumetsu take the lizard as well? Or was it Vendetta? On the bot side I'm talking about.
No, it was the Harley. It was Fumetsu. Fumetsu took her own camp. She took every single camp of her own jungle, while also stealing away the bear as well as the beetle. Now, the only reason you can see still the level 4 on Vendetta is because she took away the EXP crap, so eventually was able to hit that mark right now. But this turtle fight is going to be big. Bonk, up on top. You've got the Dark Wave left up, not really being used up. Vendetta eventually was forced out to spatial migration away. Fury Phoenix used up, doesn't matter. The turtle still goes in for the side of Boars Gaming as they try and pounce their way on.
Oh, Cernix!
IMU. This is big with the deadly magic. They take the first blood onto the Zetyan. And it's all thanks to Tori setting the team up for success with a stolen Fury of the Phoenix.
Indeed, you do a lot more, but look at Xona, who's gonna play super aggressively. But Name's gonna be fine. Almost taking down Xona in the process, but look at Fumetsu. She still is gonna survive.
Jeez.
Names! What is it, the lack of Falcon's Vega? Nuz survives at 1 HP. And Names.
I'm pretty sure that's the lifesteal finally working in effect as well, right? Probably with the Festival of Blood right now working with Names. That is pretty solid stuff coming in from her. Was able to sustain through the entire burst of Hilda, and at the end of the day was able to kite around well. It did slow down the farming speed again for the side of Boars Gaming, but Fumetsu is still in the lead.
I mean, she is. She has 1 kill. She's level 6. Vendetta is also level 6, but I think Fumetsu is going to be level 7 by the time she clears her jungle creeps. But right now, Nocturne is going to be doing a lot of work, just holding down that Fulvius. And I don't know what's going to happen. They're going to try to invade Vendetta. Lucy got spotted out. Tori is there. Everyone is there.
Yeah.
Ew.
She's going to take the creep back into the bush, so it's fine. Should be A-okay.
For
Oh, deadly magic out there.
Oh,
Cyrix is going to be A-okay.
Oh, did you, bro?
I thought...
I also saw
Yeah,
it.
I know.
My jungler
I thought she
heart
almost
skipped
stole
a bit
the
when I
bottle.
saw that skill going towards the blue buff at 56 HP.
I agree. I thought that she's probably going to steal it away.
The scariest part, I think that was the scariest part of the game so far, but right now, 4 minutes in, 1,400 or 500 gold lead for Boris Gaming. A little bit no more after the wave clear. But Fumetsu, the creator, is going to be level 8 in 4 minutes and 34 seconds. That's not a bad time, but Vendetta is still super far behind. Level 6 only. Red buff is still available, and I think you just give up a turtle and try to go for a trade.
I think so. They still want to go in for the fight right now. The Fulvius is going to be annoying. Glorious Pathway drop down up in your faces as well. Law and Order has to stun them down. But there we go. Phoenix Fury used up from both sides. And it's Luvia to pick up the turtle. And everyone will have to run back to safety right now as Vendetta was picked off. Sona picks up a double kill for herself. It's a 5v3 in mid as Cyrix barely managing to survive thanks to the flicker. But man, this is tough to watch.
It's really tough, but right now, I still think that Boris Gaming Female have a lot of power over Falcon's Vega. They did not get the kill on mid, but they got a turtle, they got 2 kills in the process, if I'm not mistaken. And Falcon's Vega, they could maybe make a turn, but look at Nusi. She's gonna dash in, blindside, and Alcedia is gonna just do a ton of damage with her steel balls.
The volley shots just doing a ton of damage out there, as you rightfully mentioned. And now they're going to try and take away the tower at the bottom too. Now through all of that commotion, here's the thing. Both Gary as well as the Bruno were free farming in the bot lane. But Names is having a bit of a tough time, considering the amount of times she was being ganged up. But out here, Raseli out with a 1-0-0. Yeah, you know the Bruno snowball is going to kick in. Cyrix able to survive again thanks to that one cannon minion eating up the poker trick. Fumitsu's been trying to get sideways so many times.
Oh, Vendetta gets
Still
two!
has not been managing it, but the spatial migration was big as no Purify will punish Boards Gaming. Two picked up right now. A story will go back thanks to the Phoenix descent on their faces. Luvia a little bit too late to join in the party right now, missing out the Dark Wave. Backline a little bit squishy.
It's alright. But look at Fumetsu, the creator's positioning. He's just waiting for someone, or better, she is waiting for someone to go towards the top side. And right now, Carry is gonna take the bot tier 3 turret down. Nocturne is there to deny Fumetsu a free push, but Illuvia, they might try to go for a fight here. I mean, it's a turtle fight. Vendetta is finally gonna go for a trade on bot when they know it's just a Bruno here. Spatial migration is ready, but they're not gonna do it. They already know the members are on the turtle. Just commit to a trade.
Not really going for it. That's the thing. The Tier 1 bot was already taken down by them right now. The top is going to be worked up by Boards Gaming. If anything, things kind of seem problematic for Nocturne.
It is. It's already problematic, but right now, look at Fumetsu. She is waiting.
She's going to recall. Was a little bit of a skeptical position to be in. As you've got to go bot lane, clear it out. Talk to me about the items, Zakota.
Well, nothing really out of the range. Maybe Radiant Armor being picked up before the Fury Hammer for the healer is a little bit questionable, but I can see why she did that. Vendetta, Nusi, Cernix, and Nocturne all have magical damage, and it's gonna hurt a lot. But right now, 80 seconds for that Lord to spawn in. What side? Fumetsu is gonna be taking a lot of XP, but Vendetta is catching up slowly but surely as Nusi picks up the Radiant Armor. Hold on!
Yeah, that's going to be the glorious pathway drop down. Sona seems to be in trouble right now, but now we see the Radiant Armor and its effect because you've got to commit the Violet Requiem to finally take her down. But all of that just for one person, all of that just for Sona, who is the roamer for the team. And look at the amount of pressure being created down bot.
I mean, the thing I like to say is better one than none, but right now, Falcons Vega, as you said, they did use a lot, but they're gonna get it back pretty soon enough. Name's gonna get a Speedy Light Twist, the only ultimate that wasn't used, and the most important one is Cernix. It's a huge cooldown, and Tori just picked it up. Vendetta already has the Violet Requiem and the Spatial Migration ready to rock and roll. Nusi has the Glorious Pathway, and everyone has everything ready to rock and roll for the next Lord fight, and the first Lord fight of the game. 2,000 gold advantage for Boards Gaming Female, and oh no! Nocturne!
Oh. Yeah, this could be troublesome right now. Glorious Pathway drop down onto the feet. Names will have to go with the Speedy Light Fields to at least assist her team out here right now as even Celia joins in. But nothing breaks out there. It's all going to be fine. They will go back as the Lord finally shows up.
Indeed, it does. But right now, Boris Gaming have the advantage of positioning. But look at Phobius. Mid-left push is getting secure. He's just proning for vision. Names saw him, Celia is coming as well, and the ball is loaded up, and look at the damage, forcing out a lot of space.
Tori, that is the strength of Valentina. A lot of people kind of sleep on her, right? But you still know that Valentina is going to be a big problem once we move into that late game right now.
Oh, retribution on Celia!
It's Celia who eventually picks up. No retribution landing in at the perfect timeout. Vendetta will have to run back to safety. Still picks up a kill on Sona. Out there, Celia, free hitting. Nushi cannot survive. Deadly Magic as well onto her face right now. As with that, you go for a 1-for-1 trade with a Lord in favor of Boards Gaming.
A Lord, a ton of gold, and right now a mid turret favorable towards Boards Gaming. Celia is gonna be doing a ton of damage, but look at Vendetta!
Yeah, she can try and maybe catch a few out there, though Lube eventually flickers out.
I think even without the flicker would have been fine, but still, right now, Fumetsu's Greater is gonna push a lot of the minions in. She has the poker trick and the hat trick ready to rock and roll, but Nocturne is gonna be done doing a lot of the fronting. But the Lord is marching down the bot side, and now he's gonna try to answer it. I think Vendetta and Cernix have to go there, or better said, Names and Vendetta. But they're just splitting themselves a little bit roughly here. They're just going for scraps, because the Lord is gonna crash in the Holy Shield. Or is it?
Yeah, it's fine. You still got a minute for the Holy Shield right now. So if anything, this is kind of the perfect time for you to get that cleared up.
I mean, better keep it for the next enhanced wave.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of agree. Out in the mid though, Eventually they push out that tier 2. Couple of minions will be cleared out without any problems. The tier 2 up top is standing, but maybe not for long. So Falcons Vega are now eventually caged in their base. So it will be troublesome for them to move back in, considering the farm will be frozen by Boars Gaming. But how can you freeze the spatial migration into the Winter Crown again with the Fury Phoenix used up? Fumetsu falls first. No chance for her to survive, but a trade nonetheless by Tori.
I mean, Fumetsu got taken down, and there's gonna be a lot of things for Falcons Vega. First of all, it's gonna be safety. You can play a little bit more aggressive because you're never gonna expect a rat coming out of the bush and doing the magic on you with a hat trick as well, just to get closer and closer, and then the poker trick, just throwing like cards in your face. But right now, Vendetta is the main playmaker of Falcons Vega, and that's what I was wondering about. What if they had another member who would maybe do a combo, just a knock-up? Would have helped a lot. Maybe just put the Ardent on the roam versus the Fulvius. Even if you give him a lot of dashes, you will be able to immune them. And he could try to go for a set on Azelia, most likely.
It will be tough though. Azelia's positioning has been pretty solid. Apart from just getting caught once in the spatial migration, she's been basically doing everything perfectly. There we go, another one. No Winter Crown this time, so Vendetta will have to run back to safety, but Azelia gets a shutdown right now as Luvia survives everything, but make it a triple kill for the Bruno. That is big!
Could this be it? The Lord is spawning in, the minions are crashing in, and I think Azelia would be able to take down Cernix below her turret, but they're gonna play it safe. Better play safe than sorry, because right now, Boars Gaming are taking the lead. I mean, they never lost it, basically. Falcons Vega getting a little bit of the scraps thrown out by Boars Gaming, being sometimes you get Xona, sometimes you maybe get Fumetsu, but Azelia has been staying alive for a pretty long time. And same with Illuvia.
It's just that face tanking, dude. They've been standing up for a long time just because of how ahead they are in the farm and how ahead they are in the items. It's already what? 6,000 gold lead right now, maybe moving in towards that 7,000. We'll have to see.
I don't know about this one, Scared. The Lord is gonna be clashing down the mid turret, and they're gonna try to take the top, and they do it.
I mean, kind of interesting though, but again, it probably is because of the amount of pressure Boars Gaming were establishing there. The mid inhib will also not fall, it will stand. It's kind of a weird push by Boars Gaming, but a pretty solid defense from Falcons. They're able to hold it down, there we go. Phoenix Fury land a big dark wave thanks to the Phoenix Fury stun out, but again a retaliation from the other side as Illuvia goes out with the flicker. So wise, but the inhibitors will not. Oh, Nocturne. She's okay.
Yeah, they're fine, but right now you know what's not fine? The base of Boars Gaming. Only one inhibitor left to try to protect something, because Falcons Vega still have 8 turrets left.
That's gonna be big. How will they be able
to
the
damage!
This one, I don't know if that would be possible, because that damage from Azelia is something else. We've mostly seen how the Bruno can eventually hit, but this is not what I was expecting.
I mean, it's something fierce. You have to deal with a really fed Bruno in the almost... I mean, it is the late game. What am I saying? Everyone is basically built up, ready to rock and roll for a fight. The only members really not in the game are Nocturne. Nocturne hasn't really woken up. I mean, I think it's night now, so maybe she's getting active. But Nocturne hasn't been really doing a thing. It's still, well, yes, it's an Uranus, but you cannot take any damage from Azelia. You cannot take damage from Fumet. So neither you can take the damage from Xona, because I think Xona can 1v1 Nocturne pretty easily.
What can even a Uranus do apart from just trying to face tank?
Pray?
As you said, Azelia is going to be bursting the Uranus down way too easily.
I mean, also think about it. Xona's passive lowers the defense of the targeted hero to up to 5 stacks, and Azelia does the same thing. So Uranus' defense is gonna be plummeted at the ground, but right now, 20 seconds for the Lord, and already Boars Gaming are spamming some of their recalls. Sorry, ooh, emote, I had it, I don't like it anymore. I got bored of it. Can we see the TNC one, guys, girls?
Just how toxic are you in the game?
I'm not toxic. I don't even type sometimes. I just call the randoms in my team urban legends, and I that's it.
Makes sense.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be a free lot. 7,000 gold lead for Boars Gaming, man. It does make sense. Nocturne is just making sure that our passive stays up, thanks to the buff.
I mean, no inhibs
Interesting
left.
to see how, yeah, no one is actually picking the buff though from their team. They had enough time to pick it up though, but it's fine.
I mean, can you really risk it going so far up on your jungle, even though you're in your safe space? Look how open the map is, and the Lord has spawned, and it's already gonna be marching down the mid side. Azelia is gonna join it in a few seconds, just getting the last few hits on the red buff for the extra penetration, more and more and more. I don't know about this one, Scared. I don't know if they can withhold it. They have the carry, and as well they have Nocturne to maybe fight taking it with Nussi, but still, Cernix has to get a pretty great ult to deny the engage from Fumetsu. Oh no!
The flicker, Dark Wave, the big play! Out here you do eventually go into the Phoenix Fury, but I don't think so that's going to be enough. No spatial migration left up right now. Violet Requiem still unused as Vendetta.
They're defending it!
HP. Big play from the Speedy Lightfields, but again the base is being targeted right now as everyone will respect the damage from names as Vendetta picks up Sona and Falcon's Vega still hold the base.
3-for-none. Boars Gaming lose it out in the siege, and Falcon's Vega completely take it away. The damage coming in from the carry. She got dived on by Sona. Sona didn't item up. She bought Winter. She bought Immortality. I believe she even bought the Radiant Blade, but still, I don't think that was enough. He needed the full gold Meteor. I think they're gonna try to end it here.
Can they do that though? I don't think so. I mean, everyone's going to be hopping in. The only good thing is that they've got the second turret in the game now.
18 minutes in, you know.
Map is open, and guess what? All you need are maybe 2 more turrets and a base. That's all.
I mean, so far right now it's 9 minutes for 1 turret, Scared. Basically the average out time. I think they can do it. I still think Falcon's Vega have what it takes to bring themselves back in the game, because right now it's not a huge kill diff. The gold, I don't think it matters now. Everyone is mostly fully built out. It takes about 12k gold to be fully built out. Around there, 12, 13k. So I think the most important banks of Falcon's Vega are built out. Vendetta, Cernix, Names, have full builds, maybe even Nocturne. I think only Nussi doesn't have that many staff purchased, but still, the waves are collecting on the top side. That could be a really big issue, but still, right now, look at Nocturne!
This could be big burst onto her, though, but she still flickers out of the harm's way thanks to the Consecration's movement speed. And she's going to be fine right now, but a ton of utility used up out. Vendetta has to run away.
Dark Wave Flicker!
Did not catch a big Dark Wave yet again. And stun comes in from the Phoenix Fury, which will save her life, all thanks to the glorious pathway drop down too. Holy smokes, it took everything from Falcon's Vega's side just to save Vendetta before the slot. But I don't think so they can re-engage.
No retribution inside either way, but still, right now, Falcon's Vega, I don't think they can defend the possible last Lord. 4 Lords in 19 minutes, Immortality is purchased, Blood Wings as well. Names needs to get that Winter Crown, or, I mean, on a fast order, you know, like next day delivery maybe, but still, right now, a few seconds left for the Lord to march down the mid. As we know, the fastest lane, but can the Falcons do anything? Can they soar high in the skies, or will the Boars be as dominant as ever?
Someone's got to go up towards the top lane to clear that one wave out as well. That's the thing. Otherwise, it is not happening, because the Lord is going to fully march down from the mid. You will not have your big waves from the top or the bottom, which will give Falcon's Vega a slight amount of time to maybe get some damage in on the Lord, though, and I don't think so it's going to be enough. There we go. Trying to find a flank angle. Phoenix Fury stolen up by Tori. They can go in for the engage right now. Dark Wave connected. Luvia being burst down instantly. There we go. Phoenix Fury just for the retaliation too with the glorious pathway drop.
Oh!
Big knock up again. Thanks to the spatial migration as Name picks up a kill onto Sona, making it a double for Metsu.
No!
And Falcons are able to defend it for the 3rd time in a row. And maybe this is the last time that they needed to defend. Maybe after this 3K, they can eventually move forward and go for their end.
Vendetta is still looking for another target. The Vendetta has been written down. The minions are marching down the mid side, but still there are some holding it out. At the base, Crystal, only Cernix is there to defend it out. Names is doing so much damage. The carry is starting to hurt. I mean, it's been hurting for a pretty long time now. But look at these Boars Gaming. At the first time, when they're behind, this could be it. I think they're gonna do
This
it.
could very well be it. Yeah, they want to go in. Still 5 more seconds for Sona to hop back for Mitsu. Eventually hopping in too. But
The
there's a big
base!
chunky wave out there. There we go, Luvia hopping in. But Falcons Vega will hold their ground out and close out this game against Boars Gaming F.
What a reverse coming in from Falcons Vega. They were losing the entire game. They were holed up in their base. They were at their safe place. But after that, they were just defending every single wave. Names was completely outclassing everyone on his team. Vendetta as well, getting those spatial migration at the end. Catching 3 people. Catching as well as Celia again. Scared. What a turnaround.
I agree. I wasn't really seeing that happening, but man, the way how they ended up defending, right? That high ground defense, getting 3 people time after time, was the big play. And then at the end, Falcons Vega simply had this one thought. You know what? We don't care of how many bonks will Luvia have on us. It's fine. We're gonna rush down. We're just gonna take the base. That's all that matters. And as I said, you know, they don't really need to take more than 2 turrets and a base to win the game. That's exactly what they did. Full push, down mid, take that crown in the hands, and then move forward. Solid game out there from the ladies. And after that, now we're probably getting ready for the last game. Itami and Boars Gaming, right?
Yeah, we're getting ready for them right now. Everything is getting loaded up. Itami's and Boars Gaming will go at each other's throat. But what a game coming in. I think this was the best series we've had so far in the Unbroken UA Cup. It was so intense.
It was. I agree. I was genuinely not expecting that to be the case, right? I thought maybe now Boars Gaming F could eventually move forward and close this game out, considering they were constantly getting those lords after lords. But that base defense, that 2-man knock-up coming in from Vendetta, that was just unreal.
It was. It really was unreal, but still right now we're getting everything ready, we're getting everything set, because we're getting ready for the last game of the day, the last best of 1, Itami versus Boars. Scared, do you have anything else to say about the last series? Do you see anything interesting? Did you see anyone coming online later on in the game, or do you think it was just Vendetta and Names doing basically everything for Falcons?
I mean, I'd never take anything away from the frontliners as well, right? Those glorious pathways were so immaculate. You always had the Fury of the Phoenix landing at the perfect time, saving the life of your teammates so many times. And then again, the Uranus being the proper frontline for the team as well, eating up all of that deadly magic. A lot of the times as well, she was probably facing up Celia too, who's trying to throw in the volley shots after volley shots. Sustaining through all of that, surviving, not dying, that is the main thing. And I think so that requires that class, which eventually Falcons were able to show us. And with that, Falcons Vega able to close out that entire game. Now we'll be ready to face the next team in the next few days, ladies and gentlemen out there. But before that, now, as you said, Zakota, it is going to be Itami taking on Boars Gaming. Itami's previous game did not go well against you next, right? They lost that one. Boars Gaming, again, a team which was able to win in their previous matchup. So now it is going to be big.
It's gonna be pretty rough, because all of these teams are good, and playing against Boars Gaming, it's a really scary thing to do, honestly speaking, because they're not gonna be playing on their main roles. You're never gonna know what to expect. Are they gonna be trolling? Are they gonna be playing seriously? I mean, I don't know, scared.
I mean,
we're gonna see that.
What do you see God Believer play? What do you see God Believer
He was
play?
playing gold, he was playing Rome. I think next you have to see him play jungle, and I think he's going to be doing fine on that as well. But still, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys give your support to ESEL, because we're going to bring to you Itami versus Boars. Right now we have Zayak, Revenger, Dante, Senshi, and Katsu for a side of Itami. 2 new names here.
Yep. I want to see how they eventually perform. Shishinji is going to be such a big tongue twister out there, but no tongue twisters this side, ladies and gentlemen. Pelmetronio, Boborusik, Leave Me, Rise, and God Believer. Ready to rock and roll, the boys.
Me and God Believer look so similar. We look so alike. Both of us don't care about our hair. Same with Rustic as well. I mean, I looked like him when I was like really young, and I was shaving my head on my own. You know, like just with the machine, just taking it down to a notch because I hate having hair. I mean, even now I hate having hair because my hair is super thick, and in the summer it's so annoying when you have like go for a run, you go like work out, you go out, even at work, you get so sweaty and it gets so warm here. I think last year we had like 39, 45 at highest. You know, and it was just so painful every night with a ventilator on. I have a huge ventilator scared. You don't understand. It could even like challenge Vale's ultimate. You know, it could be better win than that.
You know what? I'll simply tell you one thing. Open the Google in your phone, or maybe on the browser. Open it and search top 100 hottest cities of 2026.
Let's see
Go for
that.
it. Search it right now. Search
Let's see it. Let's see it. Top hottest cities 2026, not 2025.
2026 right now, this year.
Let's see. Senegal at first. After that, it's Burkina Faso, again Senegal, Chad, Nigeria, Sudan, Mali, Thailand. We have again Burkina Faso, United States, again Chad, Nigeria. A lot of Nigeria here.
You're not really seeing what I really wanted to show you, alright?
There's a few Indian countries at the last page at like 35, but that's normal weather. You guys are a Southeast Asian country.
Check your Discord DM. Check your Discord DM now.
I will be checking. What did you send me?
On the Discord DM, check it.
I mean, but there is a reason for that. It's really simple. It's called pollution, isn't it?
No, that's not the case. It's the Super El Nino eventually being built up, right? And it causes heavy heat waves down
Pollution.
the Indian subcontinent. Sure, bro, sure. I know that's what you're gonna say, but it's fine.
But it is true.
Science eventually hits you.
I mean,
Half of it, yes, but not most of it.
75.
Alright, you know what?
Give it to me.
We'll hop back. No, not 75, dude.
85.
Come on. Get out of here.
You know it, I know it, but we know that we know Revenge is gonna be the new jungler for Itami, picking up the Suyu, and we're gonna see the Heart getting banned out. What are the boars gonna do? Are they gonna be unique about it today? Rise played Rome last time as well. Do you think he's gonna do it? I mean, maybe today as well, or could he playing the Hilda? In the first day, he played the Hilda on the XP.
What did Pelmetronio play?
I think he was jungle. Leave Me is gonna be on the cloud right now, so Leave Me is gonna be gold. Pelme is gonna be on the XP, Rusik is gonna be on the mid, and God Believer is gonna be on the jungle. That's gonna be it. I'm calling it out because Dante is gonna pick up that carry. That's the MPL skin, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't like it. Eh. Boring.
Alright.
It's so
It's alright.
abnormal. I don't know. It's ugly. It's like the
kitchen skin as well, right? So the stake is kind of high, and then you also have the Hawk Watch. I like the Hawk Watch.
I like the tide Gil, I think it's called the epic
Gil Girl.
Yeah. That one is also really good. That's my favorite, I think.
Good, yeah.
But Zayak is gonna pick up the other Gil Girl, picking up the Kalea. It's gonna be great. I mean, she does a lot of work. You have already one of the combos. Pelme is gonna be on the mid, not on the XP. I was wrong.
Not even surprised at this point.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
I have played these games before.
Indeed, I have. I mean, that's a really great MPL skin. Look at that one, the Valentina one. No, that's
something.
Wait, no, that's a EWC skin. I think.
Yeah.
You know what's also at EWC boards because they qualified, almost qualified. They're in the top 8 right now. They're battling it out for the spot for the MWI. So make sure you guys support them there as well. But they're gonna ban out the Valentina. They don't want to deal with it. They already said, yeah, we're gonna take the Zeddy and you're gonna ban the Valentina. What are you gonna do about it? We're gonna have basically a guaranteed retribution. But right now, Second phase of the bounce. Anything interesting? Do you think we're gonna see something out of the ordinary? Maybe a glue here would be great.
Maybe lock in the goal, maybe the jungle, pan out the jungle. Yeah, this makes sense. Whatever.
But-
Probably going for
Joy?
Harley.
Joy? What is Bob Borsi gonna
One of those
play?
two.
Or, I mean, better yet, we're gonna see God Believer XP. Bob Borsi gonna play jungle, but I want to see God Believer on jungle. So play XP Bobber. Come on. Wait, let me message
He's
him
not
quick.
gonna do that.
Bobber, where is he?
You know that the drafts are already done, right? We're getting the delayed stream.
Shh, the viewers don't know that. I knew that. They didn't. Why did you tell our secrets? Now they will know that we're from the future. This guy. Wait, it still could be God Believer jungle. Oh, come on, God Believer. Do it, me Vladik. Yes, the Lancelot getting picked up. I was talking at the middle of the stream about this Lancelot pick, and there it is. My wish came true. And Bob Barusik is going to be playing on the roaming side. I think Rise is going to be the XP laner. Look at the face cams just a little bit. Oh,
Aren't they all
Shishenji.
in the DC universe?
Oh, Vladik looks creepy. Helkurt, hello. Revenger has like a, what's it called? A bicycle and a scooter and another bicycle behind that bicycle. Interesting setup for these guys here. Babarusik with a bobber, of
Wow.
course.
Wow, yeah. Rusik with the bobber. We can see him. We
Risi?
can see him.
Risi?
Yeah, we see.
Oh, come on, Babarusik, do it. I know you're I know you want to. I know you want to click it. But will it happen?
Click what? Click what?
The confirm button for the pick of Florin.
Wow.
Oh
He
no!
does.
The first
does,
time
it's
I
a
see a
Hilda.
Florin. Wait, there's an Odette as well. Scared.
Alright.
What's happening?
You know what? I'm down. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Let's see. Let's see. You've got a lovers quarrel coming in. Odette against the Lancelot. There we go.
So
Florin being picked up as well, so it's going to give you a ton of heal. Leave me on the cloud. I'm going to be surprised to see what happens in this game. I mean, color me interested.
I don't even want to comment on everything happening now, but it's gonna be the last game of the day. Itami versus Boris Gaming, and we're gonna see Boris Gaming having an interesting lineup yet again. So let's see who's gonna win it out for the closing game of the day. Dangerous Grab is gonna be the map. So Kalea is gonna shine a little bit more, but talk about shining. God Believer, he's gonna be shining because he just got a flower passive.
I kind of wanted to see God Believer as well pick up the Valentine skin for the Lancelot.
Okay, buddy. The
Just
hero
because-
one is so clean, but I think it's gonna be the marksman emblem for him. I mean, we're gonna see that never. But
Probably.
I don't know. I'm just expecting this game to be 10 minutes because it's got Believer on the jungle. So even the MPL
my God.
rotations, look at him. He's well versed. Could this
I
be?
mean, that's what happens when you keep on watching those games and constantly going in for the practices as well. You eventually figure that out right now. But Itami are doing the exact same thing as well. I mean, even when these people are trying new things out,
Wait,
they're
Zaya?
actually doing pretty good. Yeah, right now this could be troublesome. God Believer still has got the puncture dashes, right? So they're not going to waste their time trying to catch down this Lancelot. But it's
Even-
fine. The rest of the jungle is A-okay.
Yeah, but even so, Revenger had his level 3 advantage. He has the quiver, he has everything ready to rock and roll, but still, he chose not to fight. When I think you're against a Florin, you should fight. She does not have the bloom, she doesn't have a lot of healing capabilities besides her skill 2. And even then, you have a Kalea and you have an bro, Odette is so confusing to me. I look at her skin, I'm thinking it's Eldora. I look at her profile, it's Odette. But look at God Believer's damage. Hold on, a puncture is there. A ton of damage. The Thorn Roses are coming through. And look at the passive coming from Metronio. The Celestial Armament is going crazy.
Man, Rusik is so goofy out there though, but again, Pelmetroni eventually going in for the Phoenix Fury as well. God Believer tried to puncture in though, but did not really have enough stacks to try and cast the rest of the members. But they still will be able to take the first turtle without problem. And for some reason, Rise in the EXP lane is winning against Katsu.
What do you mean? That's a really big surprise. Or is it?
I mean, yeah, kind of. Hilda should win against the Lapu Lapu, but that...
I love Shishenji's headwear. He is so very cute. I mean, why is Pametria playing in the dark? Isn't it better to play with the light on?
I mean, it is.
You
but
react
maybe he
better,
just wants
right?
to maybe you want to fully focus
Why
on
is
the
he
game.
looking at me? I just talked about you, bro. Sorry, I apologize.
You do not apologize, that's the thing.
I did not
And
apologize.
Rise is eventually hidden behind his phone screen. So you can't see him at all.
You won't know if it's Rise. It could be his twin brother.
Yeah,
Want to hear a fun
There we
fact?
go.
Fun fact of Europe?
that is.
Zedel has a twin brother.
Wow, I didn't know that. All right, now Bobber has to survive. Would be A-okay.
Which one is
Totally
Bobber?
fine, good positioning. Bobber is the right one. Rusik is the left one playing.
Fair, I want to test you out, but... What?
That's what we decided last time, bro. Don't forget about it.
That's true, I was with you. I thought I was with Warren.
No, it was me. Warren has told us that Pelmetronio in its regional language means dumpling man.
Yeah, that's in Ukrainian.
Yeah, dumpling.
Wow.
There we go.
That's fun facts of the day. Oh, look at Tsunami Slam!
That's a big pick though. God Believer still dashing out thanks to the bloom, saving the life of the Lancelot. But out there in mid as well, there still needs to be an engage. Celestial Ornament present for Pelmetronio, so he will be A-okay. 10
Indeed.
seconds for the turtle.
I mean, the execution coming from Lancelot just saved him as well. It ignored some of the damage coming from the carry, but still, it could have led to a big downfall if it was not Boborusik on the Florin. We sometimes forget that Florin is actually a pretty good pick, but Ryan, leave me, is gonna get a beating of a lifetime from Sakura. Even here, she's kind of useless, but right now, Zayak, who's gonna get it? Revenger is gonna take the Retribution, but still, look at it. Blazing Duet pretty later on from Leave Me. I think the Retribution was more in his favor, but he has the Purify.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Sometimes happens. You know. With Claude, you know, there are situations like that. Trust me, I've been pushing. I was pushing for global, and I know.
Yeah, you were, of course.
I was, and then I stopped entirely. I switched to Melissa.
Yeah, of course.
I've been having a fun time with Melissa, though. I don't know why not a lot of people are picking her.
She's bad.
Kind of makes sense.
Horrible.
She's not bad, dude. Come on.
Completely useless. Selfish. Sure, but Pelmetronio is gonna pick something else not selfish. He's gonna take up that glowing one. Whenever the Fury of the Phoenix goes down, that's gonna be 5 anti-heals applied to every single member of Itami. Considering it's easy, but look at the mid. Revenger is gonna sustain a lot of damage and doing a ton of damage in return to God Believer, who is ahead of him. Awa? Tuning.
It's fine. There's
Look at Bobber.
That's gonna be a big gang, yeah. It's all the way far back right now. All right, they're gonna be fine. I thought maybe we'd eventually see a fight brewing up there, but we do not.
I think they're just thinking about it because I think they're gonna try to go for a bot side ambush. Zayak is doing the mid side, and I think Itami could maybe take this game, but still, Boris getting ahead in goal, not that far ahead, but still a pretty okay lead. As Revenger is gonna go towards the bot side, rises their cat is gonna walk in a bush of Hilda.
I mean.
Great bait.
Unconventional bravest fighter there, but it's fine. There we go. Rusik playing with Bobber watching. Us.
Yeah, he's staring at us.
Yeah, he's looking at us.
This
He
is
should be able to take the turtle, but I believe there is going to be contest. God Believer is level 10 onto that, so his retreat should have that, but execution line. Good jump out. Zoyak Still catches him down as well as Revenger picks up the turtle right now with the swan song in the middle of it all. Does not get anything thanks to the bloom as they all flicker out of the harm's way, but is it enough? I do not think so. Dante doesn't have anything else left out here as Bobo Rusik will go back onto the floor in.
Indeed, he will, but right now, the lead is in favor of Boris giving 400 gold, not that much, but it's a pretty considerable mode as the game is super close. And other than that, Revenger has been getting every retribution and God Believer. So I think God Believer, if you're gonna rewatch this, I think your actual next run, if you're stopping from mid, should be maybe gold. But you know, this is just Sakota's opinion.
I don't know, man. With the way how things are happening, it's highly possible that they might actually listen to you.
Maybe. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
Zayek picks up another one. This time it's Leave Me. Finally, that Tsunami Slab eventually paying off, right? And it's, again, understanding the fact how Leave Me's Purify was on cooldown. Out there, though, mid is eventually going to be traded. Zayek hops in yet again. The minion is going to be cleared out. Not in time, though. Now he seems to be in trouble. Would need to run back to safety right now as God Believer forces out the flicker as well. And Zayek could not survive through that burst. That is just a bit too much for that Kalea to handle. Look at those dashes. Look at the Thorn Rose. God Believer.
Oh, the cameraman!
Away from everyone. He wants to try and survive, but finally Dante shuts him down as Pelmetronio will have the Flask of the Oasis passive along with the Bloom to save his life.
Boborosik even here playing Selvish, but right now, line in Tronton picked up by Pelmetronio. I think our observer just got scared. He didn't want to see God Believer falling down so early, but right now, Leave Me got given the flower. Boborosik, you're not a great e-girl, you know?
Wow.
If you need questions, just ask Scaredet. I think he knows a little bit more than that, but Shenji is gonna be getting those power stacks up and ready to rock and roll for a next fight, but Leave Me is there. Purify in hand, or better said, on person. Where do they hold these spells? If you're a character. The retribution is like in your hand, right? You know, it's instinct.
Oh, Tsunami Slam is definitely in your hand right now as Dante picks off Rise. And with that, they take control of the Lord Pit right now. But you know, God Believer will hop in. He will try to go in for the steal as well as they try to get that CC on him. Revenger again takes that usual objective. Swansong now dropped down with again the Blazing Duet trying to get the damage done. But it's just not enough as Revenger with Evil Queller out of there. God Believer having nothing to dash on to will have to go back right now as the Lord marches from top.
Indeed, we do, but right now, Leave Me, he's gonna be able to clear it by himself. God Believer is there as well, just taking care of the bot wave. Mid wave is gonna push on truly. Dante's gonna answer. But right now, I don't know if Bob Barusik is doing a great job at playing the floor, and he's getting those saves in, but still, you need to have like 20 Holy Crystals to do 1 billion healing. And it's gonna get that fleeting time just to get a lot more blooms in. But look at Zayak! Tsunami Slab is there!
Another one, but this time it's on Rise yet again.
Oh, the damage of...
They have enough to burst Pelmetronio in mid. As Leave Me is going to be zoned out by Katsu as the bravest fighter's duration runs out. Landshaker just to push him back. Revenger going up too close. Not quite sure if we want to hop in too close to the person who can steal away the coins from the back pockets.
Could this be the first loss of Boars?
I mean, the Thami are playing seriously, so it kind of seems like that.
I think everyone is playing somewhat seriously.
Bobo Rusik on a Florin? Yeah, of course.
These are the things you don't know. You're not a European player, so it's unexplainable, I would say. But right now, everyone is getting ready. But look at Shishenji's. Oh my god, the damage of the Odette.
Blazing Duet, picture perfect. Zaya couldn't do anything. Katsu left out in the middle of nowhere as Revenger. All he can do is just try and clear mid. That is a big play from Boars Gaming. A 2-for-4 trade, which they take every single day.
Now they're just cementing their plays. They're saying Zakota, you know? You yapped a lot. But right now, what's going to happen? What's the next strategy for Itami? What can they do? Because they're getting pushed in their own base already. Even if God Believer is not a jungle main, he's still doing a really great job at farming. I think that's just a mid instinct.
Seems like that. It's just the understanding of the game right now. If you know how to play the hero and you understand the game, you can eventually play whatever lane that you want to. That's why you need to learn it, man. You can't do that.
But if you want to learn a lot, you guys might want to watch a lot more of ESEL. You could see a lot of these players just swapping out, and you could find maybe your next main. But look at Leave Me! He went back, he got out of there in an instant.
Yeah. But Zaya couldn't really run away. This time eventually caught down as Dante's because been forced out thanks to God Believer. And Katsu left alone on an island. Couldn't do a thing. Boars Gaming instantly switching up and taking control of this game.
They are doing it. I mean, they've been in control since the minute they start, because right now Leave Me is going to be melting down the lower. He's been doing his jungler job on the gold, but right now they are at such a huge advantage because they don't have anyone to answer the Lancet, or better said, they don't have anyone to stun Leave Me besides Katsu. And Zayak, even if he goes in with the Tsunami Slam, the Purifier is there. Same can be said for Katsu, but right now Shenchi is the only guy left able to be doing a ton of damage, especially to Leave Me. You cannot catch a God Believer even if you try really hard. He's gonna have the puncture, the torn rolls, he's gonna have everything ready to rock and roll. Talk about God Believer, he's looking at the profile.
There was this one time when he was eventually caught in the Tsunami Slam, but he still managed to run away, right? So you kind of know it will be difficult. Leave Me also has got the Purify available right now, and this is the Blazing Duet in the back line, paired it up with the Phoenix Fury as well. That's done. They can end the game. A pick, but nothing helping out Katsu too with the Landshaker, Bravest Fighter, Raging Slashes, all of that left down. Leave Me finally taken out, though the Lord will be able to take the crystals, just barely enough. It will be cleared out. Revenger falls. The minions and bot are enough as Boars Gaming will howl and run one step forward.
Indeed, they do, and right now Boris finished out the series strong, yet again continuing their win streak, just completely outclassing Itami. Even if Itami was playing on their main roles, Boris off roles, Boris still won. And I mean, this is how Boris play, even in rank. I can tell you from experience, Care, they never really try in rank. They always try hard in scrims, in tournaments. You always see them extremely bold. But even here, they say, you know, these guys are too easy for us. They're top 8 in Europe. Let's not even try. We're gonna go off roles. But what a journey today was. Scared. Let's do a quick recap. Do you mind doing a recap for us?
I mean, it all started with Unix taking on Manticore, right? And we knew what happened there. Unix eventually closing out that game. Manticore tried. They had the possibilities with a Fanny mid. It's just something that Unix can pull off. Boars Valkyries, Foot Esports, that's something which we eventually discussed already, that Foot Esports are looking just way too strong. Boars Valkyries with the Buxy and their draft had the possibility of taking it up, but eventually Foot Esports' Fanny combination with the Claude, if I'm not wrong, was just a little bit too much for them to handle. Falcons Vega against Boars Gaming was something which I was like, yeah, Boars Gaming F should win it. They were winning throughout the game, took all the inhibitors down with that last base defense from Falcons Vega, taking 3 lords down without losing a single member and killing 3 to 4 people from the side of Boars Gaming F became eventually that one big turning point, and the confidence skyrocketed as they entered through the mid. And at the end of the day, we saw Boars Gaming playing weird roles, but everyone fitting so very well. It kind of shows that if the team is solid, if the synergy is good, then it doesn't matter who's playing what role, you will still outperform.
Talking about outperforming, ESEL has a few other projects going on. The Emerald Diva Season 2 is still going on. We're gonna start pretty soon enough with the Fast Cup yet again. But right now, the Unbroken UA is one of their best and main tournaments with just a huge prize pool, $2,000 scared. If you want to get more information, make sure to check out the social, the Instagram, Discord, Telegram. Make sure to follow us on the YouTube and as well on the TikTok if you want to check maybe from your bed, you want to relax. But I think, Scared, we said everything that was to be said today. Yeah. I was, again, joined by you incredibly. I mean, so because every new streamer, I just get paired along with him. Mio comes back, boom, I'm casting with him. You come back, boom, I'm casting with you. But Scared, do you have anything left left to be said?
I mean, that's about it, my man. You completed it all. Thank you so much for hopping in, ladies and gentlemen. And do follow ESEL just so you can always be kept up with everything that's been happening in the community. It's going to be me, Scared Yet, alongside me, Zakota. We're going to be signing off for the evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.